Good morning and welcome. It's 9 o'clock. We will call our meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Bobbitt.
Here.
Ronk.
Here.
Hess.
Here.
We do have a quorum. Max, would you lead us in prayer this morning?
Yes, bow your heads. Dear Lord and Heavenly Father, we thank you, dear Lord, for this day and all the many blessings in it. We thank you for watching over us, keeping us out of harm's way. We ask you to continue to watch over us, continue to watch over our employees, help them to return home to their families. We ask you to be with all the people that have positions of influence and guidance. We ask that you help them to make the correct decisions that will support their constituents and the endeavors that they take out to do. We ask you, dear Lord, to forgive us our sins and shortcomings. Gather us home with thee when it comes our time to quit this walks of mankind. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Please stand for pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I acknowledge that the agenda was properly posted in accordance to the Open Meeting Act. Do we want to do the roll call and open up the excise board meeting?
Yes.
Roll call, Lamb.
Yes.
Jones.
Here.
Brabender.
Here.
We do have a quorum.
Consider an act on approval of minutes for October 22nd regular meeting. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Ronk moved, has seconded to approve the October 22nd, 2018 regular meeting minutes. All in favor?
Bobbitt.
Aye.
Ronk.
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes. Motion carried unanimously.
And I acknowledge that the agenda for the excise board was properly posted in accordance to the Open Meeting Act.
I move to approve the October 1st regular meeting minutes. Second.
Brabender moved, Lamb seconded to approve the October 1st minutes. All in favor, Lamb.
Aye.
Jones.
Aye.
Brabender.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Move that we accept the minutes of the October 4th meeting and the 12th.
Okay. Jones moved, Brabender seconded to approve the October 4th and October 12th special meeting minutes. All in favor, Lamb.
Aye.
Jones.
Aye.
Brabender.
Aye.
There's ones for signing, please.
Comments from the public on the below agenda items?
I saw that there was a resolution, I guess this is where you want me to talk about it, concerning the OPERS. It was agreed that we would give the employees the extra 5%, and now and since we're not able to do that, we're taking that away and asking for them to pay that back. Is that correct?
I talked to the auditors and by Oklahoma statute we have to. Yes.
Well, it is a budget change, so I don't see it on the excise board.
The budget change will only be that we won't use that much the money.
There's three of them.
Three of it.
Yeah.
It'll just sit there.
Yeah, we'll just set that.
Well, I'm not sure are we okay with the labor board? Because I'm not sure that we can give it to somebody and then take it away. Can we do that?
Well, I'm going by what the auditors told me.
Well, can I see what the auditors sent you? On your phone?
It's an email.
Oh, okay. Can you email it to me?
I can after the meeting.
Okay. I'm not sure this is kosher. I don't know that we can do that. And I really think the excise board has the right to know what is going on. And since it is a budget change, and make sure that they understand what's happening.
Thank you for your comments.
You're welcome.
Okay, down to item A, transfer of appropriations. Do we have a motion to do those?
These are so we can pay 2 POs for Lamont Fire where we're taking it out of M&O to capital outlay and attach a copy of the invoice. They're also attached to the PO.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. We have 2 of them, the Lamont M&O, three of them. We have Lamont M&O Fire Department, $4,683.49 from M&O to capital outlay to cover their construction project. And we have another one for the same thing, Lamont M&O to capital outlay for $72,053.70, again to cover another part of their construction of their new building. And
And I
we
did get
have-
approval from all
Okay.
parties and the fire, and
Okay.
Colby, yeah.
Alrighty. And the third one is from the Grant County Treasurer for $585 to move it
Plus
from
the ones, plus the ones that they
205, which is, what is 205?
2005
Yeah.
is M&O,
And 1310 is
travel.
travel, from M&O to travel. $585. Do we have a motion to?
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
Hess moves, Ronk seconds to approve the 3 transfer appropriations. All in favor?
Bobbit,
Aye.
Ronk,
Aye.
Kiss.
Aye.
All ayes, motion carried unanimously.
The next one is no action, because
see,
it's
right?
actually one of those transfers.
Oh, okay.
I think so.
Those
Just
are-
initial these.
Yes, please.
That's the one that we did last month anyway, isn't it? Just one.
I put it on a temporary, I had it on the wrong phone.
Yeah.
So item B, no action.
All of those?
Right.
They haven't been signed.
Monthly appropriations.
And some.
They haven't been. Oh,
Cindy, thank you.
I can just see it.
Yeah, what if we so close?
Just go with it.
Here's the other 3.
And that is
This is the,
fire department.
all of Lamont Rural Fire Department, their money is sitting in M&O, and they're building a new fire department.
is that the same thing as doing here?
Yeah, every time that, so what I'm doing is if we get the bills in, I'm transferring it from M&O into capital outlay for each transaction. So that's what it is. They've got the money, but it's sitting in M&O.
Right.
So each transfer.
Yeah.
Guess we got covered.
Yeah, I think we caught up to that one, yeah.
Transfer.
Yeah.
Those are when we've made payments to
72,
Henry Todd.
40.
All the payments, and this was
a nice building.
last week's, Kenny
Is it?
done it on a
Yeah.
temporary transfer form, but it really
Where-
shouldn't
where-
have been on a temp. This is
It's
just
on
a
the
correcting form.
east side of the street. It's about a third of the way to Lamont. Going, if you head north,
So north of the
south of the
bank.
bank, that block or so. Yeah. Costs a lot to build a building.
Well, maybe so.
Oh, do you sign on that? Oh, on that one you do, yeah, that's fine. Some you do, some you don't. For me personally, it's just easier to track it if we do a transfer for each payment. And that's another payment. Let's see, oh, the 585 is a correcting entry for payment.
This is.
This is the same thing as that.
It's a scheduled payment, so it's the same amount, but it's payment number 5. The other one was payment number like 3, I think. If you look on this sheet, it has, on the back side, it tells what payment it is. This is a different one. This is payment application number 5.
And that was.
That one should have been, I think it was,
Once have initials on these. Good enough.
yeah, that's fine. Let's see, the other one that was 72.
72053.
Payment application number 3, invoice 3143.
So there'll be 4 payments of that amount?
Yeah. Well, I don't know, each payment application may be different.
Depending on what
They do,
Yeah,
that's the
right.
progressive billing part, so I don't know I mean, but yes, they have, it's like they have it set up so there's gonna be so many payments, probably, yeah, it's a draw amount, yeah.
Like this one, you add up the, however many there was there, $150,000 worth. And then this will be another,
Oh, it's
72
not,
on
it's
top
not
of
cheap
that.
to build a fire department.
kidding, I'll say.
Or a fire building, I can't
I mean,
remember
I
what
said,
their budget was.
oh yeah, I said it was nice.
And so you know too, those are being approved by Hembry, they're being approved by the architect, and they're being approved by the fire chief of the Lamont Fire Department. Either him or by Jim Aldrich, because those two are the ones that are involved in that, so. They're going
And the
through all
one,
that
too.
process before we even get to this point.
This one's 3, I guess, and the other 2 have already been,
Well, there was,
We already
see,
signed
like,
those.
there's 3. There's 4. It was for 2006-07-10. So they're different amounts, but every so often there's going to be the progressive billing one.
right.
That's going to be probably the same amount. They've got so many probably quarterly payments. I don't know how they have it set up in their contract. So do we have a motion to approve the transfer or acknowledge the transfer of appropriations of the excess?
So moved. Second.
Jones moved, Broadbender seconded to acknowledge the transfer of appropriations. All in favor, Lamb?
Aye.
Jones?
Aye.
Broadbender?
Aye.
No action on the same item. We're out of room here. Okay. again, what?
I move to approve.
We know we're running out of room.
I move to approve October monthly appropriations.
Second.
Ronk moved, has second to approve the monthly appropriations. for October. All in favor?
Bobbit.
Aye.
Wrong.
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes, motion carried unanimously.
He will call Brandon.
So we got everything else for the excise board done, right?
Yes. As far as I've got one resolution I need to have signed on the 50%. You want me to call Brandon in on the next one on the, you got any explanation on that title?
Yes, I think we have to find out if that can be done.
Okay.
You want to call us on that?
I was like, I couldn't even think of his last 2216. I was like, I think he's in there. On my mind went blank. I'm like, what's his last name? Hi, we're on the tier 2 thing if you want to come in. Thank you.
Initial one.
Here's the information that he's given me on that. Just the resolution.
Lori's payroll has not been signed for her.
Oh, Penny.
By who?
Lori Hall.
She hasn't signed her payroll.
In that, she uses the whole time.
No,
May I see Jennifer's?
They have to sign it. They have to sign it new every month.
Let me see
One of our
Jennifer's,
old-
please.
Tier 2 letters that we sent out with our billing for our Tier 2 filings every year. And then
Oh, I see what you
these are the new letters that I'm proposing that we send out. And I want to use information. I've just left it on my desk. I'll go grab it. Give me just a second.
Do we, excise board, we have a motion to approve the monthly appropriation.
Yes.
Second.
I'm sorry.
You're fine. I gotta go.
Lamb moved, Broadbender seconded to approve the October monthly appropriations. All in favor, Lamb?
Show us what
Jones?
we can do.
Broadbender?
That's what we sent them back to do. I mean, I'm in favor of it if we can legally do it.
Yeah, he said last time that there were several counties that went to this new fee, just a flat fee for.
What authorizes us to do that? That's what I want to know. I just want to make sure we're okay doing it. I don't mind doing it.
Yeah.
In that one I gave you,
Oh, here's the
I
other
think,
Well, the
yeah,
fire
look on that
station,
next page,
is it
I think there's,
About completed.
there's an email also that.
No, just put 10 on it now,
Oh, they just got the structure out there.
Who sent you that email?
but it's got a nice cement
Well, Brandon.
foundation.
Yeah.
From somebody,
Matthew, with DEQ, there's nothing wrong with
Comparable to
it.
the Fairborn.
No, it's not near that big.
Oh, it's, well, I mean, didn't know how.
Okay.
okay, so do we have a
I don't know, the
motion
building's probably,
to
Guessing.
sign the resolution?
Oh, yeah, that's what you just read.
So moved.
I don't know, 100 foot, 80 by 50, something like that.
Do we have a second for signing the resolution?
Second.
I just wanted to make sure.
Broadbender
that's okay.
moved, Lamb seconded to sign the resolution 2018131, final 50% appropriation for fiscal year 1819. All in favor, Lamb?
So,
Jones?
Okay, that being
Broadbender.
said, I will.
Motion carried. No business for the excise board. Is there any new business for the equalization or excise board? No new
I
business?
would
Oh, I'm sorry.
Max
I would
Hazard,
ask
Fire
the excise
Station,
board.
Marquita Company.
look
You know-
why the budget has been changed.
I thought they
Yeah,
would
I'd
be
be
there to
curious
start
to-
on the
I'm curious to see
foundation and
that.
stuff already. I haven't
I
checked
can
with
see
them
it.
for a while, but I'll talk to Jody again. I've got a paper I've got to get him to sign. And I'll find out. They're still on track.
Still, everything's go.
Yeah, everything is so far so good.
And that's not,
Um,
that's not a good thing.
There was an issue about something that come up in
Yeah,
this oil
next
test,
meeting then.
you know.
Oh, I think you can say
Lamont
for
got
this
into a
meeting.
bad deal with theirs and they had to go back and
I mean,
start
it's
over
on the
because they
agenda.
didn't get the soil
Should be on
test
the
done.
agenda.
Why that would matter out in the middle of the
Yes.
football, I don't
Cindy,
know.
is that the?
I need to check.
Is that where it's going?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Going
put
to
that thing
football field?
in the middle.
And there was tons of dirt hauled in there years and years ago. I just, oh God, when I remember, and farmers did that, I think. They just got their old trucks together at Waukeeta.
Waukeeta's gonna build a new fire station, and they're gonna put it in the middle of the football field. And Alan was just saying that they used to live in farm.
That's kind of what I remember.
They all buy dirt in or something?
Yes.
Maybe that's the reason they did it. I didn't know that.
Go east and it's red
Hey, let's
shell.
take a recess. Let's discuss, let's just take a recess.
I moved to recess.
Okay,
Second.
Ronk moves, has seconds to recess at, 9:26. All in favor?
Bobbit, Ronk,
Aye.
Hess.
Okay, we're in recess.
Yeah, I don't know whether it is,
Put us
Dad
on
used to run
recess.
mechanic shops and they used to dump the oil out on the street.
Oh, well,
There,
yeah.
and of course they stopped that years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need
If you picked
recess.
up that dirt out there, it's just gonna
Oh, we got it, Jerry.
You would- I don't think they're going to adjourn until they hear G, or whatever that is.
Okay, I mean,
It's
doesn't
up to
matter to
them.
me.
I mean, it's up
You
to,
guys are stick around for the payroll discussion? 5% deal?
Oh, that's what you brought up. Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
fine.
I appreciate it.
I'll make the motion to come out of executive session.
Reconvene.
Yes, recess.
Hess moved, Ronk second to come out of recess. All in favor?
Bobbit.
9:30. All in favor?
Bobbit,
Aye.
Ronk,
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes, motion carried. The excise board can't make decisions on that because it's not on their agenda. So they can
They
go
can
ahead and recess and then be
be
here
here as just
yeah,
citizens.
Citizens, right.
Okay.
I make a motion that we.
No.
Okay, so do we have a motion to adjourn the excise board?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Okay. we have a second?
Second.
We never did.
Now we're ready for D.
Okay, Lamb moved, Jones seconded to adjourn at 9:31. All in favor, Lamb?
Aye.
Jones?
Aye.
Broadbender?
Aye.
Motion carried.
I would make a motion on resolution 2018-140 on the Sarah Title III filing that we approve the resolution to change to the $50 per entity per site per year, or rather than the per site. Total, yeah.
I'll second that.
Hess moved, Ronk seconds to approve Sarah Title III Resolution 2018-140, changing to a standard annual fee of $50 per company effective January 1st of 2019. All in favor?
Bobbit.
Aye.
Ronk.
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes, motion carried unanimously.
Are the second letters that I gave you, the update, are those gonna be okay?
Yes, I think so. They
Okay
said,
with me.
I typed it up, I didn't know if, I just wanted to make sure it was okay with you guys,
Yeah.
so.
yes,
good.
yeah, I think so.
Okay. And that's what we'll send out next year for filings, okay.
Yeah, you usually send those out in November, right, to start?
Well,
Or do you send them out in January?
I sent them out in like January, February, but they just changed our DEQ, our agreement. They want it to coincide with the, instead of it being the January to December, they want it to coincide with the fiscal year, so it's gonna go July through June, so they just sent out our new paperwork, but they're still gonna wait until January, February to send out our tier 2 filings. So we can,
So if they file and pay in January and February, then you're gonna come back in July and ask them to pay again?
no, that's why I said they're just changing our agreement with DEQ, but they're still gonna do
Oh,
our
gotcha.
filing fees at the same time.
Okay, just
Yeah.
our.
Just our part, well, we have to
part of
sign
it.
our agreement
I
for MOU.
gotcha.
They're
Okay.
changing that to coincide with the,
I've got it.
yeah.
All right, so we talk about this.
Yes.
Gotcha, all right, thank you.
Okay.
All right,
That's what I was like, I could probably just take it.
Are you one out already?
Oh, that's the signable one.
Oh, sign,
Sorry.
okay. Okay, that's all right. I just was wanting to look, start looking.
You're thinking.
Halloween's over.
That's what I said.
Yes,
Don't
you
have that. And if you don't have
Which, that's yours.
all that.
Oh, okay.
You need one?
No, I just need four guys.
You're mixing it, it's not like that.
What did she say?
She said, tomorrow's the 6th, it's election day, so today's the 7th. And I was like, no.
Going backwards.
It's real confusing. I have to take my grandmother vote, so I just normally wait till the voting day to do it. I don't even know if she can get the voting anymore because she's still not. She's using a walker, but she can barely get around.
And she didn't car. If she can get in the car, you just have to drive out and then you can get a ballot there.
'Cause she, yeah, she's doing great.
It's really
That's what she said. I hope I can do it. I was like, "Don't do that." Yeah, she's still not getting it. So she can move with the walker, but she can't get it. So we have to help her.
Sure.
Help her out there. 84.
That's pretty dangerous. And she shoots.
Well, she's been a doctor. She spends all day watching Fox News. All day every day. Good. Hey, I don't disagree, but it just gets old after.
Oh, no. Yeah. It's interesting.
Yes. Make sure she gets in the holes.
Yeah. Well, she told me she was after me. She's going to go over. She goes, I don't know anything about that. It's like, do what you gotta do. It's like, do what you gotta do.
That's the way they used to do it.
Yes.
He asked you to sign all these.
I signed them all this morning. and
Okay,
they've
these are the
got
copies. I got you.
And they don't have, I wrote on the front of that book.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, okay, got it.
No, those were, they weren't right.
Oh, got it.
And for some reason, the copies of those that weren't right in the very back.
Pretty good.
So we're in triple.
We got the wrong ones 3 times.
Good.
Triple home run.
Yeah, I don't understand it, I just nod my head.
Every time I came from my office over here.
There was somebody.
Every time there was somebody. You never see it like that.
It's because of the government.
No, I think it's because of the Senate confirmation hearings.
See, you make these new forms, or is that something she got off the stuff?
That's the new Kelly form, yeah.
I kinda like it, I mean,
Where
easy.
it's all right there.
I'm giving autographs.
Yep.
to anybody who doesn't care about it.
Which I knew that. Big guy got stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, he did sign it.
I'm really disappointed you did not notice my head though.
It slipped off here.
It did. It's no shade November.
It is.
Feel free, it doesn't bother me any.
Bother me
I'm gonna put these over.
Where's one of the deals that get killed this year in my shoulder?
Hey.
But I would like to do it. Do you want me to? You have this chair.
Thank you. Fall down. I don't know.
Hi, can you come get this paper and make like 3 copies? Can you come and get a paper and make some copies for me? All right, thank you. Bye.
This is-
I move to approve payroll for October 2018.
Second.
Ronk moves, has seconds to approve the October 2018 payroll. All in favor?
Bobbit,
Aye.
Ronk,
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes, motion carried unanimously. Next, we want that book to start putting it back into there.
Anyone before that?
Yeah, no, this is.
Excuse me. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Get back.
Okay.
You can charge.
Here's the renovation coming with courthouse.
It's gonna be great when it's done.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's
What's your target date?
Yeah.
it's already gone,
Oh, it's gone.
but it's,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. You know, you just gotta be able to.
Still in.
Was it throughout the building?
Yeah, her floor is worse than ours for sure. Second and third. I call it abstract art.
Yeah,
There's time to
probably.
peel back the layers though.
Come see the
Good
ceiling.
description.
Come see the ceiling fan in my room. Don't stand under it, but come see it.
Oh,
We did that on purpose, got away with it. It's fan everybody in the room.
Is that what?
it's a new movie.
It swings, yeah.
This is awesome.
It's new. Decided to test it out.
It's unreal. You are the safety manager.
Exactly.
I'm not feeling very safe right now.
It's all right.
When that other paneling was for the brown stuff.
I don't know. It has to be old.
Yeah,
Do you
it's gotta
know?
be old. I think that's the original. Same thing as throughout the rest of the building, isn't it? The brown stuff.
The brown paneling, I got it.
Yeah.
It's
The original was pink. The original was plastic.
Yeah,
Oh, was it?
yeah.
See,
Three different layers.
Oh, so it was like that first.
Yeah.
And then they did the paneling.
They wouldn't have had paneling like that back when they did this thing.
It's the pink. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not like wallpaper, huh? Just do it over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like they added some soundproofing to do this gray stuff. But they stuttered it up and
I don't know, yeah.
Because the brown is so tiny.
Because this is the only gray stuff in that.
Yeah. You don't have to.
Lost a couple square foot in this room.
do what?
They lost a couple square foot in this room.
Yeah, they did.
I don't know.
But I think all this is going to get tore out.
gosh.
That's a lot.
All the paneling in this building's gone. I can't wait to see that.
Could be
Cindy,
an
on Tim
estimate.
Jance's here, it's got him for insurance $1,441.
And there's an asterisk to it.
An asterisk.
That's an Alex question. Hi, is Alex there? No, we just have a question on Tim Jance, or she can come in if she wants to. All right, thanks.
That is one you didn't say.
Oh.
Hi, Max was asking on Tim Jance, it's got an asterisk by his, is it the health insurance?
Yeah, it's health insurance.
It's double.
Yeah, it's double. Do you want to come in and look at it? Or do you,
I didn't even know that I
Okay.
had an option of anything. I came in.
she's gonna look on her side and stuff.
Okay.
Putting in request kind of late.
Yeah.
But that looks good. What's the new?
I didn't come over and see it.
Yeah, I was wondering when I first. Well, I got 3 of them. Aren't that much, but they're close to it. 2011. So it looks a lot better. $1,300.
That's on the what?
On the
See, he
insurance.
may have other insurance taken out, you know, like Aflac insurance. That's probably a total.
See if they're finally.
Well, like Gene Vernon, for instance, he's got 1,100 and some for insurance. It's just he and his daughter. His wife's insured.
The storefront.
But if he's insuring his daughter,
You're kidding.
Yeah, but that's
He's
$600.
right.
I'm like, no.
I don't know. It's just,
Max,
You see right now.
part of that's what the county pays for his insurance, and then that extra money is what he pays for his family.
For the family? Okay. So that total is the same as it was last.
Yes.
Okay.
It is. Okay.
Thank you.
What happens is a fine at the front door. Safety man. What should I do?
Dies.
It'll be a hot moment then. Well,
I will remember you.
you will?
We can.
no, I will remember you.
Oh,
I believe that.
Don't get confused. I'm not risking my life.
I don't
Might not be able to.
You gotta press your panic button. That's what we have. Speaking of, Scott, you wanna do a test of the panic buttons?
Oh, we did.
We're gonna use that.
They won't really notice.
If I can work with you.
The longevity, though, we're gonna pay it in December.
Oh, well, if you want, I can.
Who needs to sign?
I don't think we'll just go ahead and just approve it.
So, I'm just gonna go with that.
December.
Yep, this is for the benefit for.
Okay, that's what I
To be dispersed or.
Yeah.
Honestly, if they make it through Dex's office
To
to me,
anybody that.
they really want me, so they might as well.
Okay.
Turn that spirit.
Are we talking December payroll? On the 10th?
So we did that. We're ready for it.
I'm the only one that has like the extra office to protect me. Yeah. That's it. She protect me.
Item F, resolution 2018-141, increase in county employee
Payroll's ready.
longevity pay for FY 18-19. That was a part of our budget that we approved. The budget is approved, but we have the resolution is to go retroactive to July 1st, so that, because we went on a calendar year, that we go retroactive and it'll be paid in December. So we will double their, if they come to work in December, they'll automatically get it doubled in December. But if they came to work July 1st, then they've already paid half of it in July, so we need to pay the other half in December. If they came to work in June, they'll have to wait till next June, because that's the fiscal year, so moving forward. So our resolution is to add $50 per year for the month to be awarded on their anniversary month. Do I have a motion?
I said move.
Second.
Hess moved, Ron seconds to
No,
approve the increase in county employee longevity.
Bobbit.
Aye.
Wrong.
Thank you.
Hess.
Aye.
Yeah, but it's longevity.
All ayes, motion carried unanimously. Item G is a letter to our employees. Where's the resolution here? The resolution. The next item, I can kind of cover item G and item H together. The excise mark and the excise board there. When we came to do our budget, we approved it in October, and we approved it the 1st of October with October pay being made on the 10th, and at that time it was a desire that we would change our contribution of the employee and employer match on the retirement, giving them an overall 5% increase is what it would have amounted to. But it wouldn't have actually cost the county more, because the FUTA, SUTA, FICA, all of that is already taken out. It would just give them a cash difference in their base pay. So going through with that, we notified after we made the October payroll, we went in to pay the retirement, and Alex is our payroll clerk, and went in to try to change the percentages and got in touch with them, because the county was doing we were doing 11.5, and the employee was doing 8.5. Well, going in there, then we found out later that we couldn't change it. It can only be changed prior to the fiscal year, and because we didn't have a budget in June, we couldn't have notified them that we were going to change that. So you can also, when we make that change, it will go in effect actually July 1st of 2019, not September, or after our budget was approved in October. So is everybody on the same page where we are on that? Okay. And then in doing that, we had already paid 1 month of the matching, where we paid 16.5% and withheld the employees 3.5%. Well, we had to go ahead and pay the full 20%, and at that time we didn't withhold it out of the county's checks, but the county went ahead and paid it. And in talking to the auditors through this, the change in the notification to OPERS has to follow. It says if you'll look at your resolutions I gave you, in about the top third where it's 590-10-5-9, it says changes this contribution. It's highlighted that we have to follow Oklahoma Statute 74-920A, and it says any contribution, modification adopted, approved, or received after June 30 shall not be effective until July 1 of the following fiscal year. And there is a rule that says that we have to do it July 1st of 2019. And then the next paragraph is that statute 74-920A, and the last sentence in that, it says, except as provided for this section, the employer shall not pay for the employee any of the employee contribution to this system. There is the statute that says that while we did pay that extra 5% in September, that legally we cannot do that. We have to follow this statute. So that is why we will have to withhold that and have the employees pay that back to Grant County. And it's going to be different for different people because it's 5% of their pay. They took that money home and actually banked it in October. We're very sorry. We're sending them a letter notifying them that, you know, that they're going to have to, their pay will go back to what they got, a $50 a month bonus or pay increase, so that went into effect. They got that starting this month. Cindy. I think so. Yeah, they got their deal, and in December we're going to go back and pick up the other 3 months. So we're going to be picking up $150 for the back pay. And I believe what the desire would probably be is out of that $150 that they're going to get is where we would take that extra 5% that they should have paid that we didn't. So they won't actually have to write us a check. Their actual check, their monthly check will be no different. It's just that extra back pay will not be a full $150. We'll have to hold it out of that. And that is what the auditors told us that we had to do because we have to follow these statutes. So the good news is, though, July 1st of 2019, this is approved. We'll have it in our budget. And as far as the budget changes, yes, we will not be paying that. In the budget, when you budget stuff, we have wages for each department, and that's what it is. And retirement is a benefit, and it's in a whole different deal. So that way we'll have more money left at the end of the year in our retirement budget because we're not going to use it. So it'll be there to carry over to next year.
Did I understand you to say that the $50 and $25 are in this month's salary?
Not in the officers, but in the employees it is. It is not in the officers.
Okay.
So we needed to do some work to make sure we had the right numbers on that. So, but the employees did get theirs.
But starting next July, the 5% contribution increase would kick in.
Yes, we've got that in place to go. We are good to go because it says any resolutions received after June 30th will take effect July 1st, and we're good to go. And we've got a whole new resolution to straighten this out.
But as far as the employees taking what they were given last month and banking it, no. Most of our employees live paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
And they pay bills with it. They don't have it to pay back to the county. And I realize that we're taking it out of their paycheck now. I feel like that we should probably compensate them somehow for what we promised and are not delivering.
That's not in our, if we do that, we have to do a whole new budget because if you want to increase their salary.
That's not true. The budget's already been approved and that money was set back.
In benefits, not in wages.
I would like to see the rest of the documentation and the rest of the statute because maybe there is a provision on the rest of that statute. Did you bring it with you?
No, I did not.
Okay, because I know that we would have been expected to bring that with us. So you guys could see
I
it.
brought to you what the statute changed up there, the regulation 590 10-5-9 cites Oklahoma statute 74-928, and that is the whole that's the whole statute right there.
I understand, but and I've read statutes too, so I know that there are more that are going down and explaining and maybe even having some provisions for labor.
A way that it was explained to me in reading through there, the only provision where it says this section, the employee shall not pay for the employee any of the employee contribution to the system. And provided in this section, what it does provide is whatever our original resolution for our contribution is, which was 11.5 and 8.5, and that is all we can pay is the 11.5, and that is what the statute is talking about. I've ran this through the state auditors, so I believe this is what we have to do. And yes, Penny, I agree. It's not a good deal, but I believe we have done a lot other things for our employees. We did give them a raise. They're getting their $50. They only got that extra 5% for 1 month. And I get it, I do. I know our employees live paycheck to paycheck, but they're not going to have to write us a check back. Their next paycheck, the paycheck they're getting this month, is going to be this more than what it was 2 months ago. Probably, I don't know if it'd be more or less than it was last month because I'm not sure where the $50 and the 5% fall in exactly. Let's see, roughly. So that might be, but then they're going to, in December, when they get that extra back pay, that's going to cover whatever that was withheld.
It'll cover a lot more than what we are going to have to pay them back. Or they're going to have to pay us back.
I think that we're going to get with we'll get with Alex to find out what it is. If it looks like it's going to be a hardship, we can do it over a couple of months. We've also discussed the option, we put it in our budget, we haven't voted on it, but we've also had the option in our budget to do a $250 safety award in December. If we give them to that, we can take part of that out of that, and that they're still going to have a lot more money come in December, even though they're going to have to pay that back.
So you're thinking about taking some of it out of the safety award that was also a part of the budget? Because we all budgeted $250
Well, you're not
for
really
employees.
taking it
We're
out
not
of the safety.
reimbursing.
No.
No, it would be.
It's just a collaboration of all of it.
In other words, we have put it in our budget, but we have not approved that, the $250, and we have done that before and given $125.
And I do realize that. But there'll be some people that get $250 if they have paid back what was due overs. And then there's some people that will get $100. Is that right?
That's true, because if they make more money, they're going to have to pay back a larger percentage. But between the two December checks, they're still going to take home more money in the end of the day than what they have.
Well, it won't be much more. It really won't help for Christmas, which is what those are intended to help for.
No, the safety award, you cannot say that. That has to technically.
Well, I may not be able to say it out loud, but that is exactly what it is.
Well, it's safety award, but I'm just saying what people most likely
View it.
Or use the money
And people shouldn't think of that as a bonus, because that's not what it is,
No.
and we have not given it every year.
And I didn't say bonus. I said they just use it for Christmas.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
it's
And
not.
that's why we do it in December rather than another month. That's
Right.
why we do it. But there's been years that we haven't given at all.
Right.
There's been years we've given
Yes.
$100. There's been years we've given $125. The maximum we can give is $250. So
So does this change the budget anyway?
no, it does not.
Okay,
No, it does not.
okay.
It just means that we have more money left over at the end of the
Right,
year.
at the end of the year.
And I realize that the auditors have been consulted. Has the labor board been consulted on this?
No, Penny, why don't you contact the labor board?
Okay, I'll do that.
All right, thank you. Any other discussion on this?
Can I ask a random question? Since we have that money set aside in the, our benefit section, we can't do like a one-time disbursement or anything like that to the employees since we've already set that money aside.
No. All right, we move right along. So on item G, we have a letter from Grant County employees. Thank you, guys.
Yep,
For
thank
the
you. Thank you.
FY budget and the contribution. So Cindy wrote up a letter that we will put in with our, their payroll, and we'll also put a copy of the resolution in there to explain what has happened, and our apologies that it's a statutory mandate, and that we apologize for that issue. So I don't know.
Do we need a motion on this?
On the letter.
Yeah,
Yes.
We never seen.
We have the letter and we have the resolution. We have two items that are pretty much tied together.
I move to approve and send the letter to all employees with October payroll.
Second.
Ronk moves, has seconds to approve the letter and to send it to all employees with the October payroll. All in favor?
Bobbit.
Aye.
Wrong.
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes. Motion carried unanimously.
Could we see
And the resolution.
Could we see that
is-
letter since it's being sent to our employees?
Yes, Penny, let's get it through our process.
Why are you
and
so?
we'll-
Why are you
Well,
upset with me? I
I'm
mean,
not.
we
I'm
don't
trying
want to
to-
make it worse than it already is,
No,
and
we're
that's the
trying
only
to
reason
get-
I'm trying to talk to you
Thank
about
you.
it.
All right,
Wow.
the resolution 2018-143. We have a motion to approve that states that.
I so move.
Second.
Okay. Hess moves, Ronk seconds to approve resolution 2018-143, the retirement with the OPERS FY28. Cindy, we don't have a resolution number on that.
It's one. Do you want me to? Can I just write it?
Yeah, it's 143.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And down there at the bottom is another place where that needs to be put in.
I did it and won't listen.
Did we vote on this? I got confused.
Yes.
Too many
Yes, you
people
did.
talking.
Let's.
Did we vote
I don't
on this?
remember
I don't remember
Okay,
voting. Did we vote on that? Okay.
No, you didn't vote. We had the
Okay,
motion.
Okay.
Hess moved and Ronk seconded.
Okay. All in favor?
Bobbit.
Aye.
Ronk.
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes. Motion carries unanimously. All right.
I move to approve, or to review the payment of purchase orders and travel claims.
I'll second that.
Ronk moves, has seconds to review payment of purchase orders and travel claims. All in favor?
Bobbit.
Aye.
Ronk.
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes, motion
There you go.
carries.
Penny, do you want to look at this?
Yes. I think we all do that.
Which way to fight? They have a more Cooper now.
Okay. Sounds on.
Yeah, no. You know, I mean, it's just. Every game they play is
Does all these go in that
just
envelope?
There is no, no, there is nothing yet. They were just loose.
I was shocked that says destroy the rain. That's crazy. See this one.
Okay, thank you.
These guys are still playing 17-18 fiscal year rules.
Okay, this is the last one of that.
Okay.
I'm not for sure, honestly. My phone's in my office, so I said look it up. I left them both sitting on the desk.
The resolution. I'll see that portion of that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Here's the lesson.
On some of these bills, we have like statement stuff, and some of them actually have bills.
An invoice, yeah.
Is that all right? I mean, like.
Those statements aren't even
all-
dated.
No, these, like, some of these are, this is, to the health department. You see, like, this is a statement. You know, that's a
Oh,
statement,
really?
that's not the bill. There's a whole bunch of, now this one, this one's invoice, but there's a whole bunch of these that don't have the invoice.
You can hold them, you can
Yeah,
hold them and get the invoice. I think
Invoices,
Which ones do you want out?
Yeah,
The
these.
statement?
The statement,
that have statement should not,
yeah.
there should be an invoice. for each
Yeah,
one.
so, that's an invoice, so
Yeah,
we're okay.
yeah.
And then, I don't know, cause I'm getting confused, cause I'm wondering if some of these are the same ones.
Oh, yeah, well,
Yeah, go back and check it.
when you get done, give me that folder. Don't leave it in the pile, and if you don't mind, and I'll go look through those.
Yeah.
Report on it. Right.
I'll wait and just give you the whole.
Okay, I'm gonna say here, here's,
Oh, you need a paper clip?
so
Okay, I'll
just put the ones that are, if you don't mind. I hate it when it goes down this way.
Very good.
That finishes that folder then.
This is it?
Yeah, that's the last one in that one, and then that folder, and.
Yeah.
And then, you know, all this.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Thank you.
When does he play? Does he play the next?
Well, he plays after.
At Plum Creek?
Sandy, I don't know in that folder anymore. There's payments from the 9th month in there, and a PO we just got the 10th month.
Oh, so it needs to be.
Yeah, but there's 3 of them prior to you. So,
Who was it? Was it
The sheriff's office.
They look cordial.
He does. Yeah, he tells me. He's like, he wants me to sit in a certain spot and then he goes over.
And when they're down at the referees, they pretend like they don't.
I think she wanted that for.
And he told me this year that I'm not allowed to yell for him.
Health department.
To yell for the team. Because it's embarrassing if I just yell for
The whole folder.
So I want to look through those and make sure. Yeah.
well, this next folder is one that I was just.
Okay, I'll take it too. Make sure.
Yeah. I was like,
These are all individual.
Oh,
These are all individual.
I didn't want to screw that up.
That's a tip.
Oh, okay.
I'm not getting locked in this room. I refuse. They use a fire pan. You didn't come safe. I think we're gonna put it like that, like a ladder.
Yeah.
That like holds down. So they can climb out and go down.
Off of the balcony.
Oh,
The number one.
the clay one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been trying to get one for
Rich told me that he was making mistakes to the judge's office. He had to figure out a way to get it out.
Why don't you just fall through that? A hole? Not a hole.
Now this is for October, isn't it? These are for October.
Yes.
if you could sort of a big
We're always,
slide.
yeah, you have to finish.
We're always
the rest.
behind, yeah.
Is that going slide out?
No, those are all
Then I'd spend all
standalone.
I wouldn't get any work done.
What do they call this?
Every day. I have a man for it. Social media, inspection.
One of those blow-up slides? Like the airplanes have.
That might not be cost effective. I guess that's why I think my signature folder is a sweet slide. I want to put like a little gazebo that they have that sheriff outside.
And
Closer to me than the off the sidewalk.
to do what? The slide.
I'm pretty lazy. Exactly. I don't want to go. I have to go sit in the shade under the tree every day. But when it rains, it's all muddy right there. It is. I don't want to go. That's true. Don't argue.
That's it.
Just, you know, I want to quit. But there's so long. I've quit like 27 times probably this year. It just doesn't stick for more than a day.
Right?
I want to quit. It's just, I do it for a little while and I'm like, yeah, I'll do it tomorrow. But I'll do it next week. So I'm trying to get into IT fixed. And I figured I'd do it then. It's not cool.
Right, and it's not clear.
So I gotta get an agreement. I'm like, I guess I'm too cool and stuff. So I figured it'd be a good time
That's
since I'm not
yeah,
allowed
that's
to
going that
somebody
over,
after
right?
that. If that'd be a good time to do it. We'll see if that works or not.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll see you right here. No idea trying to convince him to stay.
Was that purchasing class down there yet?
It was a quick overview. But the little, the sheet, I'll make a copy of. I'll scan it into you because it really does have some, the good highlighted points.
Oh yeah. That's what I figured. I was like, how many people get paid off?
She said that Hawkins does not have to go out for bid.
Yeah.
Is that right? Hauling?
No, we have to hold, we have to do a
I
fine.
swear to God, that's what she's, because I asked her
I
about the
wouldn't do
labor
it.
deal.
Now they're
And it was
contradicting
Sherry
themselves.
He wouldn't want
Schieffer.
that.
I'm gonna email her about it.
I'm not buying that.
I'm not either.
Yeah, we're still.
I know, because I
That'd
want
be
to
more of a liability than anything. She ain't one in there.
We wonder if people get in trouble because
She said it,
Instead of back and overseeing.
and I think they were filming it. It was a huge
How many
crowd too.
How many days do you have?
there's somebody from the auditor's office.
Tim and I. And
Cheryl was there, and Cindy Bird was there too.
Is that including Stephen?
At the beginning, I'm not sure if Cindy stayed the whole time.
What's the cost in there? What's his name?
I think she did because I sat out in the hallway afterward.
Did you?
Yeah.
He's pretty new. Yeah. Congratulations.
Yeah. That's why they said you didn't have to bid hauling.
Just trying to get it, yeah. All right, I like the way she
Now Wednesday was
thinks,
gonna be a statement coming.
yeah.
Oh, sorry, we thought you were wrong.
That is the last back folder. This is a single by itself.
Okay. I'll screw it up.
It doesn't matter, they all come out of the folders anyway, so.
Just help her to.
Yeah, I have them in it, yeah.
Is this or is it? No, this is
That's the end of that. And then this is the single by itself.
Will you come in, we're finishing up POs with Brady Blankets, will you come in and I'll go ahead and send the minutes up to the newspaper? All right, thank you.
Thanksgiving, the 27th.
Yes.
The 22nd. Summer birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
I was thinking you were a turkey.
Today
your birthday?
No, the 22nd.
Oh.
Thanksgiving is my birthday.
Always knew you were a turkey. They're at.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit around and watch football and eat. It's my birthday ever.
Good for you. My Richard's nephew's baby little girl. I said, oh, we can do a Thanksgiving birthday. And she said, oh, I want a Thanksgiving.
No, we're still going.
Yeah.
You got some still my favorite holiday.
Yes.
I was talking to somebody the other day and they were like, yeah, because the women have to do all the work and you sit around and watch football. It's like, I know, like, what better day is there?
And then Turkey decided it is a Saturday.
Yeah. Yeah,
Remember their protest?
Watch football, take a nap.
They're suing us.
Watch
They're
football, take a
protesting.
nap. It's a great day. My two favorite things to eating and football.
Black Woman Duckville Authority.
That's called fall.
I know it's
Right.
this weekend.
They're suing us,
Yeah.
saying they don't owe taxes. They're protesting.
Oh, and they're protesting. Thank you.
Okay. Week 11. It is 2:30 p.m.
I'm just saying all that $34
on Saturday. Yeah.
I didn't know they would blow their nose for that.
He had so many though, I guess he's prorated. They probably covered
the time.
probably was on the phone for 2 hours and covered all 4 of these suits. So they prorated them out.
Yeah, the game will be over fairly quickly.
Aren't we executive session?
Oh, you should. Here's the thing. For some reason, OU can never put together a good game against OSU. It's like it seems like it just never
Intimidated by the
happens. It doesn't matter what rank we are. We always seem to struggle against those two.
And is it Roman? It's just still
It's still on.
It is.
Is it? I'm sure.
Okay.
Yes, I'd say I didn't pay attention. It's at OU.
It is?
It says Oklahoma State at Oklahoma.
That's the last one for that folder.
Okay.
Stands. Men's grade section. Yes. I think he'll take such a good name on that.
Yeah, it's at OU.
It's too crowded. It's supposed to be. Yeah. You know me. It's at 2:30, right?
Yeah, it's a 2:30.
Hey, Brandon, are you on the agenda for something else?
Yep. Next to.
It's probably going to be a little bit before we get
K&L.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we will on that.
This is the same one.
No, it's got all these.
Yes, we did.
Oh.
Oh, do
You want to sign there?
I'm signing in one place.
That's right. Concur. Now that UniFirst, is that for Scott's
Yes.
uniforms plus all the floor mats?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Didn't we talk about we needed to do a blanket for the newspaper? Or did I just dream that?
I don't remember that. Must have dreamed it.
That might not be a bad idea.
I'll just do a blanket for the
Yeah.
newspaper.
Yeah, 2,000 with that. Yeah.
I think it's close to that.
So I said, what's that? There's
If you do-
one, that one was like, what was it? Here's another.
300 and something.
And here's 528.
I bet if you do 2,500, that'll take care of bids and everything.
Oh, we hope.
Yeah. Well, at least it'll get, because then you go 10% over, that's $250.
Payments a year.
They wouldn't like that. And I don't know, the people from Amber and Kyler are both here. I don't know if you want to skip to
Are they on our
that.
agenda?
Mm-hmm. Well, down a ways.
Yeah, did we? Yeah.
It's on AA, double A.
Oh, okay. Yeah, why don't you go ahead and, let's get through these, tell them.
Okay, I'll tell them just to come on in. Or
Well, tell them it's gonna be probably about.
By 11 o'clock.
Yeah, before, probably, tell them in about 15 minutes and I'll come in.
Okay.
That's the last one.
Ryan. No. About 15 minutes. Will that work?
Sorry, I didn't see that.
I didn't realize they were here.
I'm just looking at their But they're doing some stuff. I mean, some of them are doing stuff.
What is that, Max?
Do what?
Oh, I don't know. What is that?
Oh, it's a machine that you enter your schooling, your criteria, and what department you're in, and all that stuff in your schooling deals. Prints a badge that you read. So if you go to a scene, you can have two of them badges, and you can hand one badge to the incident commander, and he knows what qualifications you are in.
It can do, at the LEPC, it can do all kinds of stuff.
How are they paying for it? Do they have a grant or something?
They,
No.
Or is it coming out of LEP?
it came out of LEPC.
LEPC.
Okay.
Mhm.
So who, I don't know who I
Brandon,
accidentally,
maybe?
who signs for LEPC?
I sign.
You do, okay, got you.
Well, where's our page at? Let's see, do I have that with me?
Oh,
Yeah.
Requisition.
I think it's Max.
I think it is too, but maybe I better make sure.
Requisition.
that would be it.
Yep.
Bobbitt, comma Cindy.
For LEP?
Oh, no, excuse me. Local emergency commander.
You're like, what?
As you were-
Yeah,
But it has
Cindy or
Max has
Max.
it.
Okay, yeah, but I knew it was Max probably more
Yeah.
so, I mean, that's because when I used to be the emergency manager,
Oh,
but.
okay. All right, next you're in.
Okay, I signed it.
Okay.
They have talked about getting one of them for a long time.
So that's,
It's got all kind of fancy things it can track.
You know,
And
the thing
report.
about it is.
Well, he said it'll help with the CFA reports and everything.
Yes, it'll help track everything, and if you have that, then they can scan that, and you go to another incident, they can scan that in, and it helps on the recording for FEMA.
Oh,
stuff
that's,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
We can even use that thing to make badges for our employees, and if we set it up, we can go out, and if they take the grader out today and work on washout problems, it'll automatically track that time. So it's a
It's a
good
pretty,
deal.
So
sophisticated
there's a
system.
chip in the badge or something?
I think so.
Must be.
There's gotta be.
Yeah, it's something in that grid that they read. Just like you can take a picture off your phone on a ticket. If you
Oh, yeah.
buy a ticket, they can send you a deal on your phone, and you can take it. And when you get ready to go into the stadium, they'll scan that.
Right.
You can do that through Walmart app and save all your receipts, and then if the item that you buy goes on sale, you get credit.
Wow.
Plus it tracks all your receipts, and then you don't have to keep them. I just learned about that one here a while back.
Tomorrow night at 7
That stuff just passed me by a long time.
and just lock up the balance for us. Every time we call them, they say, not every time. 99% of the time. Well, we've only done it 4 or 5 times, so 3 times. There's nobody there. Okay.
Well, they're out. They just need to be called over here. So that's what the dispatcher can do.
They call you.
So we're not complaining on them. Okay. More like 8 o'clock.
Yeah. By the time we get anything done, we'll lock it up. Thank you.
$73 part, $787 for the health department.
Yeah, isn't that something? Are you sure that wasn't Warren Cat? I'll tell you, not Kirby Smith, but, or, yeah, is it Kirby Smith? Having to drive up here from Oklahoma City to turn it off.
Doesn't make a lot of sense, does it?
Is this the last?
That's the last one on that one.
That's it.
That's it. I'll put it in there. Thank you.
I have a question on these. Where there's a contract involved, does a prior to really?
I don't know. Let's see the invoice.
Yeah, I mean, I could see both sides of it, I guess is what I'm saying. If there's a contract saying that, yes, you're gonna do this and we're gonna pay you this much on a bid, and then if they didn't encumber in time.
Leave that up to yeah, the decisions. So is this being paid out of the emergency manager's deal, or is that what's that being paid out of?
1304, so that's
Oh, I got a cheat sheet here.
Emergency management.
1304, so that's that sales tax money, right?
I believe so. That's coming out of capital outlay. Emergency 1304
Wouldn't we writing here?
would be the first one, 1304.
Right, and here we go from 10 to 11. Oh, excuse me, the very first. I'm sorry. Okay. So the sales tax, they approved that.
I was at the meeting.
The OPC is different than the emergency management.
Oh, gotcha.
The
Okay.
sales
No,
tax deal.
Okay.
That are asked Okay, Brandon, I guess since you're in here, we got this dual printer badge maker, $5,196.25, and you're taking that out of the sales tax, the emergency sales tax?
No. It's coming out of the ESA.
Emergency services, is that the sales?
Yes.
Yes.
This
So
emergency
did
services.
that board approve that?
Yes.
But when did that board meet?
God, 7 months ago.
Okay.
They've only had one meeting since I've been here.
Okay, got you.
So it was at that meeting and they approved it, and then I went and got the quotes, ordered it, took like 3 months for it to get in. So I didn't pay for it till it got here. So it's here now. And yeah. So but I'm splitting the cost of that. It's coming, the printer part is coming out of the ESA, and then the software part's coming out of LEPC.
Yeah, we saw that was like 1,400.
Yes, yeah. That's how that's split up. I gotta grab something. I left in my office.
I think we're going to have to put 2 women's restrooms in.
Is there a line?
There's a line. I got right in the men's, so. Thank you. All these go in this folder?
Yes, it does.
Quite ready. Until he was retired, we weren't quite ready. Yeah. That's just the bond you guys have already. Yeah. I get it.
Cindy, did you write, this badge maker deal, you know, you asked about that? And it was run through the ESA of Georgia, so.
That's a separate.
Well, that's different.
That's a separate.
Okay. Okay, all these do that.
We're getting a workout today. We were being punished.
And this is a separate.
Separate, okay.
You said there was no line of this.
No, no line.
Yeah, this is a big deal. I think it's going to be. I think it might be a shock. They're already saying that the Democrats are going to take the House. Not that's going. We'll see though. I'll be really interested to see that.
I called them back from the mail about that. Whatever happened.
Make sure it counts the votes. I said make sure it counts the votes.
Yes.
Just in time.
Why, perfect.
But there's still some back there too.
Yeah, one more.
We're getting there though. More on lease payments now.
Cindy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You signed the back, but you, when you turn to the front, that's okay.
I have a lot of time to sign more than one place on them. Did I miss that one too?
Yes. I was like, I need to start going out to the office a little more often. Dang. Nobody told me. You're getting some good stuff. That's your video. Places. That's why people so many. Don't use anything Just put some sign stuff and Alex's office and her purple thing. And then I got credit for so now you're doing it.
It's like a tortilla, but it's like a spinach. No, it's like a spinach bread. And then they've got like a tomato basil one. They're pretty good. I had one the other day. When I get home, Gavin's one that always has like ramen or sandwich or something. So I'm not gonna cook it just me. So I'm gonna like eat something like a sandwich or whatever. But that's about it. I'm gonna cut them off at the school because that's getting expensive. They waste my school lunches. They said I got qualified for free and reduced lunches anymore. So now it's, instead of it being like, it was like 25 cents for breakfast and 50 or 75 cents for lunch. Now it's $3.50 for lunch and $2.75 for breakfast. And he eats that every day. And I got this bill this weekend from the school. It's like $72 for 1 month. And they're like, if you don't pay, we're gonna not let your kid eat. And I was like, I'm gonna pay till Friday, so you just have to chill. And they said if you don't pay, we'll give them a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And it's like, I'm sure he'd like that better than you guys are feeding him anyways. He would eat it half the time, and I was so told him, I was like, well, then if you're not gonna eat it. It's like, I don't want to pay for it if you're not gonna eat it. If you're just gonna get it, pick that up, throw it away, then that's a waste of my money. You gotta stop.
Did you make one?
Okay, can he be a vendor and an employee all at the same time?
Yes. Sure. Didn't we talk to Stephen about that?
Oh, we did? Okay.
Yeah. Cause like, cause it's the same as like Dean Levitt.
That's what I meant.
Oh yeah, we talked. I did talk to, and I asked the DA, and he said, "Yeah, there's no problem. You got a contract with him? Yeah, okay then."
Okay, well that's fine. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, because I think that came up maybe last time, and I did talk to Stephen about it. You have to let us ask him a stupid question.
I haven't thought about it because I've had that contract
Forever and ever, yeah. But I did ask him about that.
See, I think this one got tangled up or something else. Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh.
She's the mayor of the what's her name again? Is she really London?
She teaches.
And she teaches here at the school? Sweet. So I'm just running over here. What about
Shaker? Would you shake her? Jack? It's Jack. The morning.
Oh, you're both of them. Do you know what they do?
Everybody wanted.
Pretty tired. So this guy's fine. Those are my last two. I had that letter from my family. So probably everyone else in my family except for one friend. But I never knew who the name from the Jefferson was. So I never knew who to contact.
No, that's intentional. She's sick of
This is 500 email. I don't know how I got 60 cents on that, but it looks like it goes zero,
So it should be well.
yeah. So I'll just, yeah.
what?
Somebody's been running to the school and talk to them.
Could be.
Get a little, yeah.
That's what I figured.
Just a,
the
yeah.
zeros that make it look like that.
Because that's been the main thing. Like, I haven't got contact information from him. I think a lot of them don't have email addresses. So, so like, I'll try to email out to all of these, but I don't have like 10 minutes for Manchester. Doesn't check his email. So he's like,
I think we're going to do this again, but how come the commissioners pay more than all the other officers? Not just you two, because I got mine on the bill, on the phone bill.
Oh, no, yours, okay,
Yeah, I know mine is.
yours is,
Mine,
but then it shouldn't be. I thought
Well,
it
it
was
is
a third, a third, and a third.
Yeah, okay, here's what the other offices are saying. Their bill was $558.72 for 5 months. Or,
Oh, okay.
let's see, but,
Well, that's 4 months.
for 4 months.
Okay.
July, August, September, and October, okay? So if you divide that by 3, maybe I'm wrong. So, so 58.3 would be 180. Okay. I don't know. How did that come out? 186.24 though times 4. Okay, that's just got it. Okay, I gotta get my head tied around that. Sorry.
No problem. And then we'll take that up and have him send the letter with it. It's like it's never ending.
That's probably D3. We just gotta get
It's weird, but yeah.
Then your vendors will be yapping at you.
Like they've done that.
Where's my money?
The EU didn't they do away with it? Somebody else did away with it.
That's
Other states.
that's the last of that. Yes.
Okay. I'll put it right over here for what getting mixed up.
Doesn't really matter. And the sun comes up in
Well, I think wasn't that put in place originally for harvest for farming?
No, in the 70s, it happened because we were in school. And it happened because of the shortage. Like there was the electricity shortage, so they could save some money. Changing how long it's been used. You know what I mean? That's what I was saying.
That don't make no sense. To make it work, it's dark earlier, you're using more lights.
Especially
The longer hours during the summer for the farms have longer days in the evening to harvest crops and work the ground.
I don't know.
So they've been compromised for
Let me Google. Yeah, that's what it just says. The main purpose is to make better use of daylight. We change our clocks during the summer months to an hour of daylight from the morning to the evening.
Yes, and it started.
When did we start using daylight? Federal law was amended in 1986 to bring daylight savings time.
Oh, well, I didn't have Ryan know, so we'll get ready for the free offer.
Until it does.
Just give us a few moments.
Okay, okay.
We'll wrap this up.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. You wanna look at it? Of course.
Hi, we're getting close to having the POs done, not quite.
I don't know, there's a lot of different.
Thank you.
But that's the main reason. It first came up in 1895. George Hudson came up with the idea. 1895. It says the German Empire and Austria-Hungary were the first nations to implement it in 1960. It says particularly since the energy crisis of the 1970s.
So, the energy crisis. That's what they call it. It became widely adopted in North America and Europe starting in the 70s as a result of the
We didn't need more chairs. I'm going to do it myself.
Oh, it's just one for you.
Well, it's got the rest of them are okay.
People told me that tomorrow's election day.
Right?
That's right. Just in case I didn't know. Like it's on the news channel for 7 minutes.
Thank you.
I move to approve purchase orders and traffic orders.
Second.
Ronk moved, Hess seconded to approve the payment of purchase orders and traffic claims. All in favor?
Bobbit,
Aye.
Ronk,
Aye.
Hess.
All ayes, motion carried unanimously. A motion to move down to, well, let the next finish, they, you just do that one. And then we'll move
Do you need to talk about that at all or not? Just
Yeah.
no.
Can.
No. Do we want to go to
You didn't sign this.
rather than AA? Do we want to go to?
Go to Y. That's the Y.
We're gonna go, we need to, what do we need to do?
Y.
Why, excuse me.
Copies of those, which came from you.
Pretty quick on the draw. You're a little too quick.
I'm signing.
He doesn't cramp up during the last 10 years. We got it.
It was never presented to us, so now that's why there's not. Because when we got we were questioning.
She's looking over your shoulder.
Do this, Alex.
Do that. I don't have any nails, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not paying attention to you tapping your foot.
That's right.
And I have a couple here, but I'll get with you, Alex.
Oh, they go in there?
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
You got another folder back there, too.
That wouldn't surprise me. There was a lot this time.
All you have to do is blame yourself. Yep, all you can do is blame yourself.
I know. I was too efficient.
You probably want to turn in overtime, don't you?
No.
She's just going to tell me she wants the rest of the
I
week
didn't
off.
say that.
Okay. But Alex, I have a couple, but we'll visit about them.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Yeah, some of those were approved.
Yeah, so she won't get through them all anyway, so, yeah. it'll take
Okay,
a
I'll
while.
make a motion. We move down to item Y.
Second.
Hess moved, Ronk seconded at 11:16 to move from item I to item Y. All in favor?
Bobbit, Ronk,
Aye.
Hess.
I'm glad to be there.
Yeah. The motion passed unanimously. All right, well, item Y on the agenda is allows contingency authorization 1. And this one was actually dated June 18th of 2018.
This is a cleanup item. For some reason, I'll take the blame. I just forgot to forward it to Cindy.
Okay.
Until I got the second one, and I went, oh, wait, we got to get the first one signed.
Okay,
So,
okay, all right, so it's an authorization change where we extended the canopy at the jail door. We voted to do that.
You've approved all of
We already
these,
approved
yes.
all of these, the drainage, the adding footing over the head door location at the jail, correct the windows, that's all on here, so do you guys want to look at that one?
Okay.
Well, so do we need a motion then to approve
To
it?
approve the author, we've
allowance.
already approved the work to be done,
Right.
now we need to approve the payment to be made.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Ronk moved, Hess seconds to approve the Kyler Construction, authorization number 1. All in favor?
Bobbit,
Aye.
Ronk,
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes, motion paid unanimously.
And then the next one is gets us pretty much up to date.
It's the same.
This was.
This is.
Same project number?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it's a project number, but the dollar numbers are different.
What is the dollar?
The first one is adding $4,736 net. The second, we're going to add a net of $20,981.20. And again, we voted on these. We applied the slurry coating and eliminate the downspout pipe, replace the handrail on the north side of the jail, added sidelights to the door at the jail. I didn't remember that one. Added a new roof hatch. I remember that one. Painted the existing downspout from the courthouse.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah, we did. So anyway, this is.
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
So Hess moves, Ronk seconds to approve the allowance authorization number 2. All in favor?
Bobbit.
Aye.
Ronk. Hess.
Aye.
All ayes. Motion carried unanimously. This is the next item, AA, is the courthouse and sheriff's office renovation phase 1. Still want to talk about the kitchen door at the jail and accept a credit back in contingency of $17,428 for unused masonry restorations. We will definitely accept that.
Yeah, I think you would. The first one, this is the kitchen door in the jail, the north side. We originally had that as a storefront door with glass in it, and Sheriff Scott asked us to make it a hollow metal door because he brings prisoners in and out of there. So that $700 is a change. We've got credit back on the storefront, and then the hollow metal is going in. So that's the difference in the cost. The second one, the $17,000, if you'll remember, we had an allowance of $53,000. I think that was the correct number for the tuck pointing and the brick repair, and we did that on a time and materials basis. So this is just crediting back what was unused. So the net result, which I passed out to you, that shows the $46,000 left in contingency. We still have two items. Remember, we had a $3,316 not to exceed electrical per floor. I've only charged 2 of those because we haven't got the third one yet from the electrician. And then they're out there discussing the first floor HVAC that Cindy and I talked about. There's some differences between what we think should be done and what they think the contractor thinks should be done, so there may be a change order coming for that. And our mechanical engineers here, and as well as the HVAC contractor, that's what they're doing outside today. The 46 will come down by the 3,000 that we know of, so that'd bring it down to 43,000. You're going to have plenty left, and which I hope we can use on phase 2. So. While I still have the floor, and I know you're busy, Becca and I are here today to measure every room because we found out our measurements are not correct. Okay. So we can't bid phase 2 without correct measurements. So we'll be here most of the day measuring every room. And we've got our scope of work defined, so we're putting together drawings. We should be ready to turn those over to the contractors in 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks. And then they can start putting their bid packages together. So we're moving forward, and happy to do so.
Okay, thank you. Sounds good. Appreciate that very much. So we need to approve the change kitchen door and to accept the $17,428 back in unused masonry restoration.
So moved.
Second.
Ronk moved, has seconds to approve the kitchen door at the jail for $796 and to accept back the credit to contingency amount of $17,428 for unused masonry restoration. All in favor?
Bobbit.
Aye.
Ronk.
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes. Motion carries.
So on BB, is there nothing there?
Oh, yeah, I think you need to approve our contract.
Yes, Stephen, but Stephen Young, has he signed off on it?
No, but it's, I printed out what was
Yeah, he's coming down.
Oh, okay.
We've got executive session, so we put it down here.
Okay.
It's the same form we use.
Yeah,
I think it is. I think
because you
it's
just sent me the few changes, right? I mean, cause it was just like 4 pages.
Yeah, that's all it
Printed-
was.
That's all it is,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, here they are, right here.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
And
It's front and back, I'm sorry, I
our,
printed it in there and printed it.
as
front and back.
typical, our fees based on budget, not contract, so. But you can let me know on that, I appreciate it, and I'll let you get back to your long meeting. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Jim. Holler if you need something.
We need
And there's one.
to return item
I think we already got one.
So are we gonna be after A or are we after B?
after AA, because we're gonna have to do that when
When Stephen gets
comes
here,
down.
okay.
So let's, from.
I make a motion that we return up to item J.
Second.
Hess moves, Ronk seconds to move from item AA back up to item J and to approve blankets
Yes, and to approve.
and to approve. All in favor?
Bobbit,
Aye.
Ronk,
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes, motion carries unanimously. Okay, where are the blankets?
Oh, I'm sorry, they're over here. And they're a pile.
Okay.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
This is D3. Wow, we got a new stamp. A little bitty stamp. We're gonna have to have little.
I'll have to go get a smaller ink.
This is about to run out of ink.
Here you go, Cindy. You got one there. Here's one.
Sorry.
No problem.
I'll return it to you when I'm done.
No, that's, I'll take all your old ones and just fill them back up anyway, so it might have been one of yours. So here, I'll take this and fill it up. So you can keep that one.
I could have brought some ink pens. I'll give Don about 50 of them.
I think there's about, I don't know how many left on our
from the other
counter,
day.
hats.
Man,
and
I brought a haul back for the girl. But before I took more than one, I did ask. But I come walking in with my bag before I got there. No, they were all very generous.
It is sad because some county commissioners, they go down and get all the pens and paper and everything because they can't afford to buy anything. You know?
Yeah,
So they
yeah.
stock up on
Yeah,
all
which
that.
I did. I brought all
Yeah.
that and then stuff back for the girls. And I think I brought Desi some stuff too. So. It was a good conference. It was really good to get to put some faces to the name.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're right there. We were able to keep that foot. Yeah. Almost. So you keep the, this is like 18. I thought it was they keep it high. And that's based on the commission. He said, you could see that. I gotta take that 9. No, it's actually 8, 10. Yeah, they put that river that they keep. Yeah.
sign both of yours.
Who's gonna have back?
Oh.
That must be Wednesday because I'm letting school out at 12:30.
With relative ease. Imagine.
Depends on what they approve. It's up to them.
Yes. When he's coming, I'll let you. Oh, tomorrow, we'll go ahead and put that window on. And we're going to replace the louvers. Of course, tomorrow's already. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's, I think that was part of the next too. Yeah, see, I don't have skid loader here either. And that was the plan, that was the plan, I bet that's what we were thinking. Well, and see, that was another thing.
Max forgot to,
Got to sign a blanket, did I?
yeah.
Usually that's me.
Good catch. And we got some more in here that Cindy's holding and hiding.
Yeah,
from
thank
you.
you. Thanks.
Paul Harvey, the rest of the story.
Okay, item K, installation of Cat 6 cables and server cage for the county clerk's office.
I have quotes for you guys, as well as this email here. This one is for the assessor's office. So which one are we doing first?
Clerk.
Clerk's office. Copied off the same one twice. I gave you guys.
You have, here's one, here's a copy.
Okay, so here's a copy of the quote that I got from the clerk's office. It is $2,858 to run all the cabling.
That's
To move her server out of the ship.
No, that is to install the network cable. That is just doing the cable.
Well, and putting the box up.
And putting the box up, but that's not Kelpro's part. They have to come out.
But that's parts and labor.
Yeah, parts and labor for them to come over and rerun all the networking for just her office.
For the Cat
Just her
6.
For the Cat 6.
And we're moving that because the courthouse uses your server.
Well, we can, if we're going to move the phones and things like that, it can be utilized for that, yes.
Here
And
is
the emails and stuff can run off of that, so.
the email I sent out to you guys last week, stating who I contacted for quotes. I contacted Hi-Fi Systems. Well, first off, I contacted Younger Homes, who's the electricians doing our work here. They do not do any low voltage. So they directed me to contact Hi-Fi and American Telephone, because that's who they use for all their low voltage. So I contacted Hi-Fi. They do not have the time to come out and do this anytime in the next 3 to 6 months, they said. That would be end of next year. So then I contacted American Telephone. They sent me the quote that you have in front of you for her office and said they can come out and do it as early as the 14th. So I went ahead and tentatively retained that date upon you guys' approval.
Because otherwise it was
for
going to
them
be
come out
like.
and do it that day. Yeah, if they didn't do it, they had the 14th and the 15th. If they didn't do it those 2 days, it was going to be February of next year before they could do it.
Did you contact Canoco?
I did not contact Canoco. I contacted Encounter, Younger Homes, Hi-Fi, American Telephone, and I think that's it. I contacted those 4 vendors. So.
Because a lot of the electricians, we did check with the electricians too, and they said they don't do that.
A lot of them won't do it.
So this is the fiber cable that we need into her
This is our
office.
Cat 6 cable. This is the
Well, and it'll
cable
bring-
that goes from computer to server. You know what I mean? Computer to internet. That's what that's for, Cat 6. I also had to get a quote for the assessor's office because they have to get Cat 6 ran throughout their office as well, because right now they have Cat 5, and the state came in to do their server work and said they're upgrading to a new system, and they have to upgrade their cabling from Cat 5 to Cat 6. So I got 2 quotes to do it. One quote for the assessors, one quote for the court clerk, and they will come out and do both on the same day, on the 14th, if you guys okay.
So is the assessor, is Robin here today?
Yeah, she is.
Yes, she is. Do you want me to go get her?
Yeah, let me.
Yeah, she's coming. Oh, did you want a copy of this?
No, I don't.
One's 2852 and
assessors.
one's 2858.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
They're very
just,
close. There's only like $6
Okay, I got
difference in
it.
the charge.
I gotta make another copy for the clerk's office, but theirs was roughly the
So
same,
they
$200.
have, because it's the same, I mean, it's pretty much the same, they're getting a rack and everything too for their server?
No, the rack was through Kelpro.
Her rack is through Kelper for a server. Their rack is for their equipment that they have to have in their office per state specifications. I don't know. They had a list that the state left that they have to
Do
have.
they already have their rack, or
They
they
have
have to
nothing.
purchase a rack?
Okay.
And that's for their rack and everything.
That includes their rack?
Yeah, and installation.
So do they have a server? They have a server.
They have two servers.
They have two servers, but they want their servers on a rack now.
I don't know. That's what the state told them they had to have. That's all I
That's why I
know.
wanted Robin to come in.
She's coming. Right there.
Hello, Robin.
Hello.
Okay, bring us up to speed. So the state came in and you've got Cat 5 and you've got to upgrade to Cat 6. So
Correct.
Walk us through that.
Okay. Well, they passed the new bill that we're going to get a new camera system effective July 2019. And when we lost electricity and blew our server, Michael from OSU came in and was able to reboot it. But he said the Cat 6 is going to be mandatory for the new server and the new system.
Okay. So what budget does this come out of? Is this your reval? I mean, what is that for your evaluations? So it's a reval. Will that be paid out of your reval and it goes back to the schools?
Well, it'd
how is
either be
that?
reval or we could split it between both of our budgets if it doesn't come out of general.
Okay, so yeah, I was gonna say, if this is something that has to do with that bill, that there's kind of an unfunded mandate, is basically what it is. So, yeah, that's probably what we ought to do, and then everybody participates in the expense of that, because that's what it's for.
Yeah, because Anita and I kind of talked about it, and we decided that if it doesn't come out of county general, we'd just probably split the cost between both of our
Well, I was
accounts.
gonna say, if you wanna take it out of that one, and then we can transfer money, I mean, obviously, this is something this is what we talk about on budgets, this is something that you didn't even see.
Right, it's
You
something that we
want-
had
so
no
if
idea
you
was
wanna
coming.
Take it out of your reval, and then we can do a transfer to get the money over there to you. Would that work for you?
As far as I know, that would.
Okay, so why don't you pay for it out
Pay
of
the
your
whole
deal,
amount out of
your
reval?
and then we will transfer the money. Do you guys have any problems with that? I mean, this is something she didn't expect in her budget.
No.
Something that's kind of an unfunded mandate.
Yeah.
So
I was just thankful.
Madison contingency.
I was just thankful that he was able to reboot our server. I mean, we're still having some issues with it, but we're trying to kind of limp it along if we're going to have to get a new one eventually down the road anyway.
Okay, all right. So I don't have a problem with that, if that's
Okay.
good for you.
Okay, thank you, thank you.
And I'll get it transferred. I'll get all the stuff ready.
Okay.
So we need a motion
Okay,
for
yeah.
K and L to approve both of them.
To approve both of them.
That's my motion. I move to approve installation of
Might
for
as
both
well-
offices.
Yeah, no, you said, yeah. With the county clerks coming out of county general and the assessors coming out of reval, which we are gonna add to her budget.
Yes.
Okay. All right, do I have a second? Okay. Ronk moved, Hess seconded to approve the installation of Cat 6 cables for both the county clerk and the assessor's office, and the county clerk will be paid out of county general, the assessor will be paid out of reval, with the understanding that the money will be transferred to her account out of contingency. All in favor?
Bobbit.
Aye.
Wrong.
Aye.
Yes.
All ayes, motion carried unanimously.
Just as addition to this, whenever they do come out, whenever they run the Cat 6, I ask that they run them, I'm gonna run them on the outside. So, and they're gonna have like these covers on them, strictly because you guys are gonna tear the walls out. So there's no reason to pay the extra cost of doing all wall fishes.
Oh, right.
If we're just gonna tear the walls out, and then we can just stick the wires back in when they, you know what I mean? So that just made sense to me not
That
to pay
works.
for wall fishes.
That works.
Just wanted to make sure you guys were aware of that.
That's good. Now, thank you for telling me that. I did not know that. Okay.
right, thank you.
Item M, financial statement and notice to the financial statement. Excuse me, financial statement and notes to the financial statement for FY 17-18.
That is Penny.
Oh. And I just kept one in case there's a question that you have. They are starting to do this. SA&I has made a template for us to help us with our financial statements and kind of talking about what they want to see on our financial statements. And so I've done it, and you guys need to either accept it and approve it by signing it, and I'll sign it in or send it in to them, or deny it, whatever. But
I'd like to have a copy of it so I can
Sure.
read it first before I.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
Yeah.
Pretty,
Yeah.
It's pretty.
It's lengthy.
Pretty detailed. I'd like to have an opportunity to.
well, you can just keep that one.
Well, if you want, I'll take it and scan it
Scan
and
it
send
and
it to
yeah,
you.
that'll work. Okay. So we'll table that.
Okay.
I make a motion to table.
Second.
Hess moves, Ron seconds to table for further review.
Cindy, would you make Pat and I a copy too, please?
Yeah, scan it in, but we'd like hard copies.
Okay.
If you
Will
don't
it be on next week's agenda then? So I can send it in?
We'll see what we can get. We'll put it on the agenda if we
Do what
can get
now?
it
What'd you
done.
say?
Would you have a chance to look at it before next Monday?
I'm
so
pretty
that we
covered
can-
up with a
I'll
grant
tell you,
writing right
that
now.
grant writing deal has got
Okay.
me,
Yeah.
it's got all three of
Yeah,
us. We've
we're
got
probably be 2 weeks.
All right.
letters
so,
to write
yeah.
and all
Yeah.
kinds of good stuff.
Okay.
So, all right, thank you. So put that on November. What is that? Let's see. The 19th, right? Yeah, that'll work.
This is that fire truck that they sold to another town, I think. So I make a motion to declare the 1978 fire truck as surplus. Or as, yeah,
Okay.
declaration of surplus.
Yeah.
Second. Hess moves, Ron seconds to approve the declaration of surplus 2018-136 for a 78 GMC fire truck from Lamont Fire Department. All in favor?
Bobbit.
Aye.
Wrong.
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes. Motion carried unanimously.
I move to dispose of said fire truck.
I'll second that.
Ron moved, has seconded to approve resolution 2018-137 to dispose of said fire truck from the Lamont Fire Department. All in favor?
Bobbit.
Aye.
Wrong.
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes. Motion carries. We have cleaning up our agendas. We've come across an old Oki data printer that we have not used for years, so it's on there to dispose of. So declaration of surplus 2018-138. Do we have a motion?
I make a motion to surplus that printer.
I second that.
Hess moves, Ron seconds to approve declaration of surplus 2018-138 Commissioner's Office Odidaka printer. All in favor?
Bobbit.
Aye.
Wrong.
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes. Motion carried unanimously.
Move to dispose.
Second.
Ron moved, Hess seconds to approve resolution to dispose 2018-139 the Okidag printer which had been junked. All in favor?
Bobbit.
Aye.
Wrong.
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes. Motion carried unanimously. We have resolution 2018-142.
I got a question. It says Cat Grader District Number 1.
No, it's my grader number 1.
Your grader number 1.
It's
Okay.
D3.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it
it
says
says
D3
D3
on
at
there.
the end.
I
He's
got
got a
you.
grader 1 and a grader 2
Yeah.
that they're for cat ones. We are.
Okay, it's 38.38 and
Yes.
0.39.
Yes.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
it too.
Those are the inventory numbers.
Those are the inventory.
Okay. Okay, I got you. I understand what now, but I thought it was meaning.
Well, I did too. At first, whenever I looked at it this morning, I thought, oh, that's District 1. I need to have Max on. And I like, no, that's Pat.
Do we have a motion to declare
Aye.
surplus for those two graders?
I so moved.
Second.
Hess moved, Ronk seconds to approve the resolution 2018-142 to dispose of two 2014, to surplus 2014 cat grader 307.38 and 307.39. All in favor?
Bobbit.
Aye.
Wrong. Hess.
Aye.
All ayes, motion carried unanimously. Item S, purchase orders from State Bid District 1.
Okay, I talked to Monty Taylor down there at the conference, and he told me that I don't need to do anything right now because it's up to the vendor to bid financing. I did not get approved. Well, I say I did not get approved. I'm 11th down from the ODOT revolving fund, so my chances of getting approved are very slim. But I'll be at the top of the list next year.
Yeah.
So, that being said, I told Monty to go ahead and we would proceed with the financing, bidding the financing.
He will do that though.
He will do that, and we put it on the agenda so we'd have it in case we needed to go out, but he said no.
Yeah, he does that.
He does that, it's not me.
Right.
So,
But and then it's like what they did on your trucks. Yeah, and then they just bring their backup paperwork to show that they bid it and we accept it.
So we have no action.
No action, okay. Resolution in support of the partnership with ODOT to submit application to CHIP. That's resolution, you should have it there. What was the resolution, Cindy? I forgot.
143. Was that?
This, oh, no, not that resolution. That's the retirement.
Did I print it out?
I don't know. I don't have. I need 3 originals.
Okay, let me go print it real quick. I'm sorry. But you sent it to me,
yes,
right?
I did. Yes. I know. We had a lot of.
Yeah, there was a lot of back and forth.
On
Yeah.
different things.
Oh, can you come in for just a minute? Okay, thank you. Bye bye. Okay. I'll take these two. I'll try to hurry.
It's just that little bitty short piece of duck sauce there.
Why don't we take a short recess?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I moved to recess.
Okay.
Okay, then they can come in here and look and see what they need to
Put it on
do.
recess, yeah.
Okay.
At 11:50, Ronk moved and Hess seconded to recess. All in favor?
Bobbit.
Aye.
Ronk.
Aye.
Hess.
All ayes. Motion carried. We are officially in recess.
Okay, they decided they'd go
Oh, I'm
into
sorry, we're
recess.
in
I'm
recess.
sorry.
is the, oh wait, we need to come back into session,
Yeah.
sorry.
No, that's okay.
We're live?
Yep.
Okay, it is 12 o'clock straight up. Do we have a motion to come back into?
I move that we come back out of recess.
Second.
Okay, at 12 o'clock, Hess moves, Ronk seconds, to return to open, or to come out of recess back into session. All in favor?
Bobbit,
Aye.
Ronk,
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes, motion carried unanimously. Okay, the next item on the agenda is the resolution in support of partnership with ODOT to submit an application for the
We
Connecticut
skipped the
Highway. Did we?
annual contract between OSU and.
No, that's
No,
the next
no,
one.
That's the next one.
We're on
We're on
T.
T.
We're on T. Yeah, we're on T.
It's a long list.
It's
you
a
know.
long
I'm
agenda.
sorry.
That's all
I
right.
apologize.
So it's the resolution in support of the partnership with ODOT, Oklahoma Department of Transportation, to submit an application to the Competitive Highway Bridge Program grant. And if you read through this, it just is basically what it is, and it states what we have in our county, and that we have over 3,000 bridge and bridge-like structures. 535 are captured on the NBI, and 174 of those bridges are structurally deficient. That ODOT's going to be submitting 3 applications. One of them being the one for Grant County that's going to show new innovations in Oklahoma to bundle 34 bridge-like structures. And it's also going to include that there will be 3 to 5 new bridge designs that will be standardized that all 77 counties can use in the future. They're going to be prefabbed so we can save time on them. We are working with the ODOT CED 8, which includes ODOT divisions 4 and 6 to, if approved, that we can use funding for match money through there. So basically, the resolution is in support of the Grant County Board of Commissioners in partnership with the Oklahoma Department of Transportation for the application to the Federal Highway Administration Competitive Highway Bridge Program that will include the bundling of 34 Grant County bridges into a single contract for an approximate cost of $12 to $15 million for Grant County.
Well, I make a motion to approve the resolution 2018-144.
I second that.
Okay, Hess moves, Ronk seconds to approve the resolution in support of the partnership with ODOT, resolution number 2018-144. All in favor?
Bobbit,
Aye.
Ronk,
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes, motion carried unanimously. So we need 3 originals. Let's sign 4 just to make sure.
That way I'll keep an original.
You guys still in your meeting? Yes.
Yes, we are.
Well, again, we were talking about, anything we put up, we would go 2 by 4. So that we can get up, and then we're gonna move the tiles, okay? Get up in the drawer, leave it 2 by 4, so you have to actually do work. 2 by 2 is hard to get up. Less damage, you're gonna do it, and then we come back.
Okay, now we have the annual contract between Grant County and OSU.
Which has not been looked at by the DA, so does it have to be since it's a state
If it's
standard?
a contract,
So,
all
no
contracts,
action, yeah,
no action.
I didn't get it, I mean, I was gone, and so I didn't realize it had.
So put that on for next week if you
Okay.
can, November.
Yeah.
No, see, Monday's a holiday, so
Right,
it'll
so it'd be November the
13th.
Okay.
November 13th.
Gotcha.
Okay. Letter to the U.S., item V is letter to the U.S. Secretary of Transportation, Lane Chow, in support of the Grant County Bridge Bundling Project. This is, no, that's
not it. I'm
No,
sorry.
I didn't get it to you.
Oh, okay.
This is the letters that we need, and originally I was just gonna have one letter from the Board of County Commissioners, but after talking to people, they think that we need about 100 letters of support for this federal grant. So if we each write a letter, that'll count towards a letter. So if you can write a letter to the Secretary Lane Chow in support of bundling that and what it means for your district.
Desi's got a copy of that letter that Linda forwarded to me, and she's changed the numbers in it to reflect. But I didn't know whether we wanted to, that would be the letter that we would send unanimously from our county and then, as a county, and then we turn around and send a letter from each district. I didn't know how you wanted to do that.
Well, that's a thought that I think would be better just to have one from each one of us. And Max, those letters, they need to really be different. I mean,
well, that's
we're
what
gonna
I'm
have
saying.
to, yeah. So I mean that it's a good base to kind of this is I've spent about I've clocked about 75 hours already on this application. I've got about 20 pages talking about economic development and what it means to Grant County, but the letters need to have some, very specific things.
Okay, that's what I want you to give me an outline of what we need to have, because I'm going to ask. I don't have that many school routes that my bridges are going to touch.
Well, okay, so you need on, and I asked Donnie, and he might have sent it to me this morning, that paper where we went through and had each bridge listed and put little X's on it.
He sent us a deal this morning.
Okay, got it, okay. Those bridges, you need to find someone, whether it's I'll give you an example of what I'm doing on one of mine. I'm going to have a farmer with his stock trailer pulling it. And I'm going to take a picture of him crossing that bridge with that stock trailer, and then I'm going to have him give me a statement, and I'm going to put that on the picture. That won't be a letter. That will be a statement that will attach to a page with a picture. It's going to say, this road is very important to me as a farmer rancher because I have to use this to transport cattle from pastures across the county. That'll be one of them.
Yeah.
And then I've got a FedEx tractor truck that he runs that route about every single day.
Yeah.
And it's not on there. And so I'm going to get a picture of him crossing the bridge saying, for the safety and security of the line delivery, I'm able to use this bridge now, but the ton rating continues to decline, and if it's not replaced, I will not be able to cross this bridge in the future.
Several of my bridges are going to be, I've taken them out and I've put tubes.
Okay, that's fine, but see, you can say, that this bridge is important to me because I farm here, or this bridge is important to me because your bed and breakfast, Max, I think you've got one that says, so you get a letter from them. Yeah. But then in that letter, if that bridge or deal is on there, then you can get a letter from them. But then you can also get a picture of them saying, this is the only route that people come to have to stay at our business. And if this bridge if it fails, then our business fails, type deal. Yeah. So those are some examples of what you do. But the letters are.
Well, I didn't want to send that letter that Jesse's got on her computer that we were sending to Secretary Chow. It's a lengthy deal, and I didn't want to get into all that because it's going to be boilerplate. I wanted to be a little bit unique as to, if I'm going to ask somebody to write a letter, I wanted to tell why it's good for them and how it'll benefit them and what it'll do for Grant County.
Why am I taking the time to write this letter?
I've got several that I'm actually writing letters to send. If you don't write the letter to them, and all they have to do is put something in pertaining to them, they can stick, and you'll get a letter back. And I've already, Miller AMS is, Kretschmar Distributing is, I've already reached out to them and getting them letters, and Inhofe and Lucas and Langford. I've already reached out to all of them for letters.
Now, do I reach out for them too?
No, I've already. That's why I said if you could get me a list of that we don't need to duplicate. Okay. So if you can get, I've got a list on my list. I've got about 38 people already on my list. But if we could each get at least 33, 34 letters, and get them on their letterheads. And letterheads, I'm getting the Department of Energy. Probably. I'm getting some Indian nations and Cherokee nations. I've talked to them. So, a lot of it is your letterhead. We need letterheads that talk about farmers' grain. I want them to talk about the unit train, what that means for the farmers to be able to bring all their grain in directly to that unit train to go down to Mexico. That is a global deal. So those are the kinds of letters we
You
need.
want them on their letterhead.
On their letterhead. It's got to be on their letterhead and signed. And we really need originals, but it might be tough. Some, like Department of Energy, some of those, I don't know that I can get them back in time, so they're going to scan them and email them probably to me. Some of those. So.
That's the thing about this being, if we have to have this done by Thursday, we can work our tail off. And you don't know whether you're gonna get a response.
Right, and you need to then that's what you do is you I've actually called on the phones to say, you know, would you be in support? That's what I did with Miller EMS. So I said, you know, what we're doing, would you be in support of writing it? And he said yes, absolutely. So I'm kind of drafting a deal because you know, the first and I thought I had brought that. I've got so much stuff. I've done so much on this that I had kind of tells you how to what you got like 4 letters. Okay, so letters of support. Why, you know, 2 elements. You know, it's got to have enthusiasm. Use your guidelines. Multiple letters. You know, how to write them. So
okay, who do we make the letters to?
It's going to be to Secretary of Transportation, the Honorable Elaine L. Chow, Secretary. I think I emailed that to you.
Okay, yeah, I think
U.S.
so.
Department of Transportation and the address. And then it'll be dear, you know, Chow. And you need to have them specifically talk about the grant, and you've got to give them a little bit of information about this grant that we're using innovations, because we've got to stand out that this is going to be the bundling of 34 county bridges into one contract. There will be prefab, so that once it's awarded, and hopefully it will be, that they can come in and to have these prefabs, take these bridges out, put them in, and be done within less than 21 to 28 days to take them out, put them in, so that because they're going to be standardized, and that we're using a new innovation that these are all going to be 25 to 35, maybe 40-foot bridges, standard bridges. It's going to be a design that ODOT is designing. That after this design is made, then all counties can adopt it and use it for a standard bridge bid without having to bid it. It could be done on it'll be a standard bridge. These are also going to be, they're going to do something very different, Max, where they're not going to put high guardrails on the side for the farmers.
That's
they're
good.
Going to put a lip on it, or maybe a 18-inch one. So something that a farmer in a letter might write is that, you know, they've had an opportunity to look at the new bridge design, and lowering the side guard, the rail guard, or even eliminating it will be of a great advantage, because right now our farm equipment hits those, or we can't get our headers across them, or something like that. So you've got to think of things like that to put in your letters.
Okay.
Definitely need to talk about the bundling of bridges into a single contract. That about every letter needs to talk about bundling, because that is the innovation, one of the innovations that we are going to look at. That it's going to save time in doing that, and save money on that. We need to talk about it's agriculture. I'm going to get letters from people that do day hunts. I'm going to try to get a letter from a buzzard down here that sells guns, and what that means to him is he's selling all of this stuff and how that economic development fits into his business. So, you know, you've got to look at every business and what it means to Grant County and to your area. And Max, some of your people might want to talk about the fact that, you know, your school had to be consolidated with another school, so thus you've got children riding school buses great distances, and if they have any kind of delay of detours or roads that are not safe and secure, it adds more time of those children being on the school bus. So, you know, it makes longer days for them, and it puts them in harm's way, you know, something like that.
Postmasters?
Yeah. Yes, we're getting your postmasters. We need your postmasters. Your schools, obviously, we need our schools postmasters. Trying to think where my list was. I threw it all in the. I worked on it till about midnight last night, and threw it in my bag this morning. So I'm not sure where everything is.
Yeah, co-op, schools, you know, all types of businesses.
Right. Yeah, I think what we're gonna call it maybe, we've got 2 options. Let's Grow a Grant for Rural Grant County might be the name of our what we're gonna do. We need to talk about that we are a rural population, you know, 4,500 people. But we need to also talk about that the wind farms have come in and helped us on our improving our roads, but they cannot help with improving of our bridges because they just don't have the money to do that. And so, they've had to detour and, got routes that are, max on like mine. They wanted to go here and there, but the bridges weren't that way. So they had to, shorten them or not put wind towers in that. In one area, they just didn't even put those wind towers in it because they didn't want to have to, couldn't deal with that bridge. So talk about that. We need to make sure you have your facts and figures. There's 1,920 public road miles that run through Grant County. Public road miles include state and county.
1,920
public road miles. And 92% of those road miles are owned and maintained by the county. There's 3,000 bridge or bridge-like structures. 535 are captured by the NBI, and 174 of those are structurally deficient. Grant County has the most bridges, fifth highest number of road miles.
Fifth highest number of road miles.
In the entire state of Oklahoma, yet our funding is 63rd out of 77. This is going to be tied a lot to economic development and economic growth. So, if we can get this bridge infrastructure in here, I think that we'll be able to, more wind farms and maybe solar panels is something that might come into play here. I think you'll get more, hunting leases. Hunting is big in Grant County, so allows that. Then you need to talk about your ambulance services for your elderly. Your security for the ambulances to make quick and easy access. Fire departments, police departments, all of those need to come in there. So you need to reach out. When you reach out to your cities, you need to also reach out to your fire departments for letters.
I need to get a letter from Hayes that's putting the marijuana grow in.
Oh, that's great, Pat. You really ought to be. You need to see if you can get a letter from him. He needs good transportation because it's going to all be trucked out. He's just going to be a growing house. So
that's
right there, that would be a great one to have in our.
And I'd be thinking outside the box.
Exactly.
Or inside the paper.
Yeah, exactly.
This is online.
You better be nice.
Yeah. I think it'd be great.
But anyway, and as always, we're on a deadline, so I need these Thursday.
Gotcha.
So that's where we are on that. So can I count on you guys to get me some letters?
Well, you can't count on me for 33 letters because I'm not going to have that. I'm not going to get that many, I can tell you. But I will do my best. What I want to do is I need to know, who it was addressed to. You told me that. What they need to cover, because they're going to ask me. They want something. Some people want you to say you print it
right.
Yeah.
Well, and I will volunteer since it is on short notice. If they'll kind of give me an idea, I'd be glad to create the letter, print it out, and get it. And I'll even meet up with you or whatever. I'll help with this deal because I know you guys are on a time
Saturday to get one from the co-op manager, and he's gone to a conference. Won't be back till Wednesday. So that I need to get.
But I mean, if you want, I can. Okay. If you'll kind of give me some ideas.
Here's the sample. Your introductory packet. You ought to have 4 paragraphs. Here, I'll give you copies.
Let me go get copies of
that.
Will you make me a copy as well?
Yes, I would make me a copy too.
Okay. But I mean, I'll help out if I can.
But that's what I've been doing is I'm actually writing the letters and then asking them to personalize. Put something. I give them all the basic stuff and then say right here, put something in about your business and what it means. So that's good. If we've got a really good shot at this, but if we don't get our paperwork to them to do, then here's my list. I've got, these are all the people I've already got. I've got 41 people that are on my list that I'm making contact with. So. Pat, you ought to reach out to Dieter Demir Spraying and Buy Right and First State Bank and DB.
What about any of the churches? Do they go out and pick up kids?
Yes,
and everything like that?
yeah. And Meals on Wheels.
Meals on Wheels, yeah,
Churches deliver Meals on Wheels, and I'm gonna
I
get
do
one.
Meals on Wheels.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a letter from Wheatheart Nutrition on Meals on Wheels. But see, something like that, and we need to throw in. And Cindy, maybe as a county clerk, maybe you could.
I would say I don't mind writing a letter.
Yeah, if we could get you to write one, I'd like to see if Scott Sterling as the sheriff would write one. You know, on what it means for them on that kind of stuff. So, kind of tells you what you need to put on there. So,
okay.
Anyway, I need those.
What title are you going to use?
For
use the project initiative.
So it has got to be this. It's on that.
It's on that page.
It's that.
What it is on the
it's a competitive.
agenda.
It's a well, you didn't write it out.
Oh, I see.
It's competitive. What is it? No, on the resolution. Where's that?
What's the grant called?
Yeah, that's.
Here's the resolution.
Oh.
Yeah, it's Cindy, scan this and send it to him.
Sure.
It is the Competitive Highway Bridge Program grant, and then on some of mine, I've also been known as the Rural Bridge Grant, because that's what we've always talked about. Competitive Highway Bridge Program grant, but. You know, and all the time I've been talking to you guys about this for the last over a year. I've been calling it the 225 million rural grant, bridge grant.
Yeah, and it's 275 million now. There was a say down there.
No, it's 225.
It's 225.
No, it's 225. And we're asking, and if they want to know that, Cindy, email. This tells you a lot of stuff right here. This stuff is going to tell you a lot of stuff right in here.
Okay.
What you need to know.
I'll scan that to you right after the meeting.
We'll maybe make a copy of it too.
Sure.
And share it with them. So get those to me as quick as
Those two
you can.
things make it a whole lot simpler.
Yeah. And if you know, like, someone says, yes, they're going to get you a grant, and it's somebody that's got a pretty big deal, and they say, well, we'll get it to you, but you don't have it to me by Thursday, but if you have some confirmation that you are going to get it, I will include it in my list that says, you know, not in the packet, will be here, you know, at least they know we've got a letter coming from them. If you've got a list that you say, you know for sure you're going to get a letter, and it's in the mail, or someone is out of office and they can't get the signature on it, you know, that's a real deal. I mean, we're in a short time period. Like you said, your co-op manager's at a conference.
Well, I'm not going to drive to Fort Worth to get one from Atlas.
No.
I mean, they can scan it and send it
exactly.
to you.
Exactly.
Or Sandridge
Exactly.
City. Yeah.
Perfect. So, yes, you've got a lot of contacts there, Pat, with all the oil and gas industry. Reach out to them, because those letterheads are really important.
Yeah,
they look at all
that is important.
That is.
I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah.
But
so you've got a lot of contacts, Pat. Reach out to those. So, alrighty, that's what we got there. All right, that brings us down to so no action because the letters will be forthcoming. W, acknowledge the inventory for. Let me just ask you, whose inventory do we
have? We have the DAs.
Okay.
We have the election board, the fair board, Pond Creek Fire, Holy Fire, Health Department.
Holy Fire?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Health Department, Lamont Fire. Are they still on there? Yeah. Medford Fire.
Okay.
And here's the commissioners with the Okie Daddy thing. Well, no, it's still on there, but then we have the but that was from the previous date, so we should be okay on that.
So all we need is courthouse maintenance technician.
Which that's kind of, I talked to him about that, and he goes, well, and I'm like, well, I didn't think I had to put it on there if it was under 500. Well, it doesn't matter, but
So
if you could, so.
All we need is courthouse maintenance technician, Manchester. You got Medford Fire Department.
She's got
And
Manchester.
you got Nash.
Nash we do not have.
Nash.
Looks like we're Manchester and Nash is what she's saying, but
What about the EMS?
I have it here. I don't know if, let's see.
Some of those we've already got.
Yeah, we've already, and then,
But some of them we sent back.
yeah.
Because we knew they weren't.
Conditional.
Up to date.
Yeah. So let's say the ones we still need is courthouse maintenance,
Manchester.
Ooh, Holly doesn't seem like they got
Manchester.
all their stuff, but maybe it is. I don't see any big items on theirs. They bought a lot of stuff. See, and the fair board, she didn't put any of the costs on anything. There's no.
Oh, on the,
She got a cost on announcing booth and some things here, but
Like that announcing booth, that was built.
that's the
That
only one
was
she has
just
a price on.
That's just plywood is all it is.
that's the only one that she got a price on.
Yeah.
PA system, rolling peg door.
They'll
Now,
have
those were
to
bit-
they'll have to go back on all those to the bid.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah,
Oh, on
yeah. That one's gonna have to. That
Be
one
a
I
little
know.
revised a
Yeah,
a little more info.
Yeah, and I don't know if Alex can pull up what was spent out of capital outlay, if that's easy enough for her to do or not.
Well,
You know, out of the capital, anything spent out of capital outlay, and say this is.
this is what you, I mean, we can
we
do
know
that.
you have this.
Yeah.
This is the election board. This is the district attorneys. Okay, so we're gonna hold the fairgrounds out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we don't have the Manchester Fire Department, and we don't have the Nash Fire Department. So the rest of them on there we have. Would that be correct? Oh, I didn't see the courthouse. Was the courthouse maintenance?
I
in here?
have,
No.
I have it, but he
Oh,
added
so-
mulching kit, or was that
Yeah.
already on there?
I don't know, but okay. Got it. And the EMS, did he add something on his? Or was there something on
I
that?
had LEPC.
Okay. Yeah, there's a, do we have EMS or is he?
What about the sheriff? We got the sheriff.
I didn't see sheriff. So we don't have the sheriff and we don't have the EMS.
Okay.
Okay.
And the LEPC, right?
No, I think she said
Yeah, I've got LEPC.
Okay.
It's in here. I think it's-
Okay. And the Waukegan?
Oh, there's LEPC, Waukegan. Yeah, and she's pulled out some of them. These aren't all of them.
Right, but then we just
the
need to keep the ones on
Yeah,
the list that
yeah.
once we approve them, they don't come back on the
Right.
list. So-
Manchester Fire Department is who I think we still need. Manchester Fire Department, Nash Fire Department, Fairgrounds, Sheriff, and EMS.
Yeah,
Does
that's
that
what I've
sound
got.
right?
That's what I've got.
Okay.
Okay, so we need a motion to acknowledge them.
I make a motion we acknowledge these.
Okay.
Second.
Hess moved, Ronk second, to acknowledge the inventory for the assessor, the courthouse maintenance, the district attorney, the election board, the health department, the LEPC, the Pond Creek ambulance, the Holly, Lamont, Medford, Pond Creek, and Waukegan Fire Department. All in favor?
Bobbit.
Aye.
Ronk.
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All right, motion carried unanimously. Lamont Fire Department Building Project Change Order 7, addition of 2 windows,
I
$3,600.
have it here. Somewhere.
This has been a crazy day.
It has been. It's in here.
You need to get out of here and get busy. We need to get out of here and get
I
busy.
need to just go reprint it. Sorry about that.
Well, we know we're not gonna do BB or 9 or
Right,
10.
now all we got
So-
left is Lamont Fire Department.
Yeah.
continue.
And road crossing improvements, we could add that.
Yeah.
There's
Are,
no road
on that other, are we going each branch of the co-op, or are we doing?
I
just
think we
Prickett
can
as
go,
one?
well, if you wanted to Prickett as one, but I was gonna reach out to my branch.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's
It's a
reach out to the
letter.
branches.
It's a letter.
Yeah.
But we need a really good letter from Prickett, a really.
Yeah, I plan on visiting with him. He already knows it's coming,
Okay.
but
Good. Be sure to tell him to talk about his 120 unit train and getting the grain in from the farmers to that.
This terminal out here.
Yeah, that, yeah,
Right.
yeah, that, I want him to really talk about that.
Yeah.
Because I've included that in my, I've done a big deal on economic development about that in my paperwork. See, because we have to provide them all the economic development stats and statistics on that. So I'm covering.
Have you already talked to Clay, Maggie?
Hi, can
No,
you
but
come
I
in? I
will.
gotta go. I
Okay.
gotta print
I
out
didn't
some
want to
for
double
the.
Yeah, I got.
Okay, now the
Oh, okay.
the
Well, if you'll
architect,
come out,
they
I'll come
wanted us
over
to-
as soon as you
and
step in here. I'll
Steve's not
step
here,
over
so
there.
we can't.
Thank you.
Remember, they wanted us to.
Well, no, we
approve-
told them we couldn't approve because remember
Right.
we oh no, we
Do
can't.
what?
Yeah, you're gonna have to tell them Stephen in here to sign off on that contract.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
On
I
Lamont.
mean, no,
On
on
who?
BB.
On
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
we're looking down the.
Oh, gotcha.
Should
Right.
we approve it subject to the approval of Stephen Young? We've done that before.
I think that's what we're gonna have to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're talking about a bunch of money.
Maybe not
Let's,
too
let's,
smart.
let's wait.
Okay.
I kind of think,
Yeah.
but that's y'all's deal. Okay.
What are you going to do, Cindy Sue?
I'm going to go print out the
Oh,
change
Lamont Fire
order.
Department.
Yeah, and because I know it was with the PO stuff too on that one.
Okay, so
but-
we're gonna table BB as well. We have no road crossings, right?
I think she said no.
No. Okay. So while we're
I make
waiting
a
on
motion
her,
to table, the Ambler Architects Professional Service Contract for the architectural services for Phase 2 of the courthouse renovation.
I second.
Okay, Hess moved, Ronk seconded to table Ambler Architect Professional Service Contract for Phase 2 and add it back to the November 13th agenda. All in favor?
Hang on. Can't write that fast. Okay, Bobbit,
Aye.
Ronk,
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes, motion carried unanimously. We have no road crossing permits. New business, do you have any new business next?
No.
Pat?
Aye.
And we don't, item 9 is no action because Stephen Young is sick. So 10 needs no action.
Okay.
11, no action.
Okay.
And that brings us down to item 12. Okay. We'll start on those.
We had a good conference. Went down to Norman last week. Had a good conference. Had a meeting with several people. Just the camaraderie and talking to other commissioners, you learn a lot of how to solve problems and stuff. I sure like that. I found out that I was 11th I'm 11th from where the revolving fund stops. So in the second phase of this deal, I doubt if I get funded for my mowers. So I'm going to go ahead and have Monty go ahead and bid the pricing, the financing for my mowers. And I got all that done before November meeting, which John Deere takes a substantial increase starting November 1st. So I got that in before that happened. So that's going to save me roughly $7,000.
It all adds up.
It adds up. It sure does. Yeah, sure does. We got our CMI machine down at Cummins Construction and they're working on it. They informed me that the computer was bad and we're going to have to replace that. The computer and the drive belt and the tightener is gonna be somewhere around $20,000 when it's said and done. Pat, I called Pat, told him, it's a lot of money. The machine's pretty much useless if we don't have it. So, you know, we've got to make a decision. We kind of put that machine out there, but we didn't have no takers on it. But we may just have to take it to an auction and sell it, get rid of it. I'm getting
You
ready.
think you'd be better off fixing it before you get rid
Oh
of it?
yeah,
though?
I think it'll have to be fixed.
I think
or
you're
not
right.
gonna get anything.
I don't think so either. Yeah.
Pat commented that we might part it out. I have got a guy, his name is Joe Sherman. He has got this product out there that's natural, that he says he can mix into a mile of road, and it'll stabilize the road. And I told him that I would try that on a mile. And I need a machine to do it, or I'm going to have to go rent the machine. So if we get the machine fixed, I'm going to do it. If this works out like he says it will work out, I'm going to do more miles. And so the machine cost will be a lot, the repairs will be a lot cheaper.
Well, I say, I don't know what it'd cost you to chew up your M&M road, but that'd have been a pretty high dollar deal without that machine.
Yeah, it sure would.
Yeah.
It would have cost you. Plus, you know, you're still going to have to pay for repairs and teeth and all that stuff. So, anyway, that's about all the comments I have.
We had a pretty good week getting things done. We did last week. We did have a hiccup. We had an old tube collapse about 1.5 miles north of 64 Highway on Trenton Road. So naturally, it happened after we already chipped and sealed that road. So we had to dig that up and got it replaced. Though it was only closed about less than 36 hours. Road was, so I was glad we were able to get it done as quickly as we did. We're still finding a lot of tubes that got uncovered, and we never lost a tube out of that flood, but sure had a lot get exposed. So we're still working on those. We're going to be working on that forever. We're working on as many graders and trucks as we can right now. We're getting to the time of year where it's going to be from now to the first of the year is going to be kind of a light crew. People trying to get all their time.
But Pat, the good news is I've heard we're going to have a really wet winter.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll get used to the road being wet. I don't know.
I sure hope the weather holds off and lets all these farmers get their crops out and in. So, but that's all I got.
Yeah, weather has been a huge issue, and that half-inch soaking rain we had did more damage than the 6 and 8 inches, other than our tubes. But I mean, as far as road base, that was disastrous for us. Last week, I did just a tag team what Jim Hamlin in here talked about on the deal. I had a meeting with them working towards phase 3, and he is doing us a really good job. That's why these people are here today, because they came in and did a bunch of work that was not scoped out, and they're trying to charge us for it. And so that's what that meeting is about today, because they were trying to say that it had to be done, because and that's what they're going over. He is really watching our money. Very good. He's done a really good job. I was down at the ECHO meeting for the one day, and then the next day went down to meet with ODOT and Donnie on this rural bridge grant program. We looked at I'd like to back up, because as we know, every CED in the state, all 8 of us, submitted numerous grant applications. And if you'll remember, Grant County's first one was just 5 bridges. 3 of them on the crosstown beams, and then 2 other ones that's over by my Arnold site. And then we also grouped them together. So like with our crosstown beams was actually in a plan that included some crosstown beam projects from Noble County and from Garfield County, and then they had the one big projects down in Kingfisher County. I mean, everybody had these plans put out there, And Director, all of these applications, and I don't know exactly how many, but I think our CED had 3 or 4 just from our CED, and I don't know what the other ones had. And they were all sent down to Director Patterson for review. And it was, and we did a lot of documentation in our application. I wrote a letter to him on that, and talking with Director Patterson, he said that they sat down as a group to look at that, and the numbers really jumped out as Grant County having as many bridges as we do, but more importantly, that we have 174 structurally deficient bridges in Grant County, while the entire state of Oklahoma on their highway system has 168. So they were saying, that, and by 2020, they will have all theirs done, and Oklahoma since 2000 has continually rated in the top 5 on the nation's worst structurally deficient bridges. And the only way for Oklahoma to get off that list is for counties to get our bridges repaired. And at the rate of us doing a district a year, how long is that going to take us? So with that, it was ODOT's decision to bundle these 34 bridges. That was not an application that we turned in. So it is, they're going to submit 3 applications. He is submitting, our application is going to be one of them. They are submitting an application to raise the height on some of the I-35 bridges. And then there is some bridges in a section in a county, I believe. I'm not going to say the county name because I can't remember what county it was, but it's in southern Oklahoma. But it's on their state highway system where they have, I think, 6 bridges in a corridor down there. So this was the decision that Director Patterson made. So that is why we need to do everything we can. While their grant writers know a lot about their state highway, they have never written a grant for a county. So they do not know what our plight is. They don't understand our numbers because those people that were sitting around the table had no idea Grant County had this many structurally deficient bridges. So that's why we have to get our story told, and that's why I've spent so much time this last week. I've done nothing but, since I got back Thursday, on working on this. And, we've got to cover every industry and everything that you can think of. And anything you can think of for economic growth and economic development needs to go into those letters that the people talk about, because we've got to show that the cost analysis will pay in the end. But while the federal government's going to do this, and it's 12 to 15 million, Grant County has to come up with a 20% match. And Donnie is got to sell this to our CED because our match is going to have to come through the CERB funds, because Grant County does not have $5 million sitting in the bank for the match. But we cannot turn down $15 million. So we've got to figure out a way that Max is going to give up a $1 million bridge on the project. I'm giving up a $1 million bridge, and Pat is giving up a $1 million STP project. So that's the $3 million there, but then we've still got to come up with $2 million from other counties willing to give up projects. If we get close enough, it may come down, we may get a call if we are selected. It may come down to a call that Patterson might call us and say, Federal Highway has approached me, and are you willing to do 10 million? I mean, with 10 million work, we can't do the full 12 or 15, but would you be willing to do that and come up with a match? And I'm all in. If we have to drop 10 bridges and we only get 15, hey, that's 15 more than we had before. But let's shoot for all of them. And also in our 105 money, I don't know where we are, but if we could each, come up with maybe between the 3 of us, we can come up with $500,000 to stick in there for match money. I'm not saying that we're going to do that. And I know, Max, you've been saving yours, especially for your Clyde STP project and stuff. But, it might be one of those deals that we're going to have to do something. I've talked to them about bonding. Counties cannot bond, but the state can bond. So I don't know if we can enter into, if we come close enough that you're talking, if we're $1 million off, there's something we need to do to work with the state and see if they will bond it and let us pay it back, or something like that. So those are all questions that come down, but we need to do everything we can to move this forward. Talking to the other states, I have not heard of any other state that is submitting any county projects at all. Now, I've not talked to all 25 of them because I don't have the relationship with all
Well, I
25
think
of them.
you hit on a good point that was brought up down there of us having 174 deficient bridges in the state, only having 168, and they're going to have theirs programmed out
By 2020.
by 2020. We can't say that in the county.
No.
Right. We can't even get close.
No, we
And-
won't.
Yeah.
Even with this, we still won't get close.
And if we get this, 34 bridges out of 107, that's 20% of our bridges.
That's right.
That's 20% of our bridges. And think that what that will do for our county.
It'll help our county tremendously.
So it is. With that, so those were things. I also wanted to tell you, I had my Driving Oklahoma working group with Director Patterson. We went to Edmond to their city public works there, and they have some fantastic stuff going on videos that they watch for traffic, like when traffic starts backing up on I-35 trying to get off on their exits, how they can change the lights to move the traffic through. That was very interesting. And yesterday I went to the Grant County 4-H banquet where we presented on behalf of the Board of County Commissioners the 6 certificates and pins we bought for them, the flag pins for doing the flag retirement deal. So I represented the board to do that. So anyway, I think this week I'm going to really get hooked up so we can get this grant. I mean, that's all I'm talking about. Is I'm full ahead steam on grant. I am meeting this afternoon with Gracie Inmeyer. She's Lucas's field rep, and I've already reached out to them and to get a letter, and I'm just going to discuss a little bit more in depth with her. He wanted a little bit more information on it, but he's probably going to write us a letter as well. So we've got that going on.
So you're going to reach out to?
I've already reached out to Inhofe, Langford, and Lucas.
And Lucas, have you reached out to Piper?
No, I have not, but they're on my list. But would one of you rather reach out to them? That's fine. You know Peterson pretty well. Do you want to reach out to him? I'll reach out to Piper, and if you can reach out to Peterson, that'd be great.
Okay.
Yeah. I did reach out to the National Association of Counties and to the National Association of County Engineers, but at this time they said they cannot write a letter of support because they don't want to pit one county against the other county. But what they can do is once all the applications are submitted, they're going to try to find out how many county projects are within that, and then following that, they've got contacts that they can go in behind the scenes and talk up our project. Okay. So I've got that working on.
Have you contacted NACO yet?
Yeah, the National Association. They cannot write because
I know.
But that's what they've said. They'll work behind the scenes because once they find out who they are, they'll probably go in. So if we're one of the counties, and let's say Nebraska, they've got some bridges. Then they'll find out who all the counties is, and then they're going to go in and try to talk up those projects that have county projects, on them.
Yeah. One last thing. Randy Robinson gave me some maps down there at the meeting.
Oh yeah, I'd ask Melissa for some maps. Are those from her? Okay.
Well,
Melissa Davis with ODOT.
Okay.
Yeah, but anyway, good.
She gave me these.
Okay, good. And then they go. Okay, good.
And then this other one is the deal that we fill out for our certified road miles. This is a map.
That's a copy of it.
A copy of it.
Okay, you're right. Do we each have one max in there?
No, there's just one of these maps that's certified, and they pointed out that Beaver County out there takes that and gets a frame made, and they put glass over the top so they can mark on it and stuff. I don't know. That's a pretty big map.
That is a pretty big map.
Height wise and stuff. I don't know whether we want to do that to ours or what. But that's certified road miles, and then these are the maps that Melissa gave me.
Okay, good. All right, thank you.
Okay. And go ahead. I picked up a deal down there from KelPro. It's a clock, time clock. It's got a camera and stuff in it.
Yeah, I've talked to them about that.
They said that you had stopped by, Cindy.
Yeah.
And that dealer, you got a thumb or a deal you put in your wallet, and you can put it up to it. And if you know your number, you can punch your number in too.
How much is that?
I don't know exactly, didn't give it, I just wanted to bring it to you guys and let you know, we didn't talk about price down there and stuff, but, I thought that's pretty
And
neat.
it automatically clocks.
And then I think it even like will send the reports to
And-
where it would, you know, like it would just automatically create the report and then it could be sent to the payroll.
And you
clerk
can
and all
use this for, if you're, there's no software to install or nothing, you can use this and it'll help you with, your PTO time or your vacation time. It's got a camera that takes your pictures so you're not having Joe Blow clock you in and out, you know, and stuff like that. It also helps with reporting of FEMA stuff and things, you know, it's recordable. It's easy, they said.
For time on a project, yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
I actually took the fob and signed up, and that's how you enter their drawing.
Oh, yeah.
And I won.
Well, they didn't tell me that, so they didn't let me sign up. What you win?
I won a tool kit. It was about this long. It had an electric Black & Decker drill in it, with a hammer and some pliers and socket set and stuff, you know, and stuff like that. It's probably $100, $150 deal.
That's pretty cool.
It was cool.
Well, it's fun to win, let alone if it's something you'll
Yeah,
use.
yeah, exactly.
But anyway, I wanted to tell you guys about that. So.
Well, we might get a price on it. Be curious. You just use like have it in somewhere that everybody comes in and clocks in, like in the hallway, or
It's on a computer. I think you just do it on your computer, don't you?
You
Or they
just-
had it on a computer.
This
so
thing
you
has
don't-
a computer screen.
Oh, I
You
see.
put this little deal up, and then you use that. And it,
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
So it's not just by
yeah.
logging into the computer. or
Yeah,
whatever.
because right, yeah. I think that's what the sheriff uses. He's got to deal with they log into the computer.
Yeah.
Because they might be out somewhere,
Yeah.
and they log in
Yeah.
there. So, you know, it'd be tough to in my shop. Not everybody reports to my shop.
Yeah.
You know, I've got some that report at Renfro,
At the-
and I've got people that report at Deer Creek, and I got people that report at Lamont. But what they usually do is call Robert and say, "Okay, I'm here, and getting ready to go out." That's kind of what we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that way, Robert knows when they're out.
Yeah.
You know, and then we want to make sure it
Well,
gets in.
It keeps track of everything, and you can download it and print out reports and everything else. I just thought it was kind of neat.
Well, follow up on that, Cindy. Find out how much it is.
Okay.
I'm just
Here you
curious.
go.
I'm just
You can have
curious.
that.
Okay,
I'm just
yeah.
curious.
Okay.
So, okay. All right, we've done the commissioners' comments. We need to return to item
That's what I was trying to find the
I
item.
move we return to item X.
X. Okay.
I second the motion.
Okay. Ronk moves. Hess seconds to remove to item X at 12:52 p.m. All in favor?
Bobbitt.
Aye.
Ronk.
Aye.
Hess.
All ayes, motion carried unanimously. Okay, so item X is, we got change order number 7, addition of 2 windows at a cost of $3,600. So, you're gonna install 2 4x3 operable windows including framing, 1-inch clear glass metal trimming, 1800. So, do you see any?
That was just all he had.
And
stuff.
And as long as
Wow, this was
they
from
approved
May
it, they-
31st, 2018.
So they've been talking about it for a long time. Yes,
so
Jim,
they're cool with it.
Yeah, there's the email from them saying that they approve all of, because they approved
the board, their fair, or not,
It was,
their fire department board.
yeah.
Okay, so do we have a motion to approve?
I make a motion to approve.
Say it.
Hess moved, Ronk second to approve. Oh, did I put that on the wrong one?
Yes.
Yeah, sorry. Change order 7, the addition of 2 windows at a cost of $3,600 total to the Lamont Fire Department. All in favor?
Bobbitt.
Aye.
Ronk.
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes, motion carried unanimously.
I make a motion we adjourn.
I second.
Okay, you want to sign this first?
Yeah.
If you
I
have
mean,
to,
yeah,
right?
You'll hurry up.
Okay.
I'm not so sure I didn't sign it already.
Well, that's better than I thought, so.
Okay, so then all in favor?
Yes, okay,
Yes.
yes, okay. Hess moved, Ronk seconded to adjourn at 12:54. All in favor?
Bobbitt.
Aye.
Ronk.
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes,
I just
motion
barely
carried
got it
unanimously.
signed.
Huge.
Okay.
Oh, man.